T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
LadyChann! Fight!
Kaboom! We in the bill. Blood clot dizzy. Yo, hey girl, it's LadyChann rep none less, and welcome to Come Box with Shan. It's the let's get it up. Where we at? We at the weekly wrap up shiggity show. Where are we? Yeah, there we are. Chiggity check, check, check. Does my mic sound nice? Chiggity check, 1, check 2. Does my mic? Let me. I got the banner already up. Tried to come semi-prepared. Let's go. We're going to be talking about what's happened. AJ. Okay, let's see. Let me just do the members only roll call. We've got Andrew H in the bootism. Modern King Boxing in the bootism. Don Juan in the bootism. Ben Adams in the bootism. Stephen T in the bootism. ERF Boxing in the bootism. Mark in the bootism. Slim Boxing Commentary in the bootism. Mark Niggity Nash in the bootism. Dub Rightside in the bootism. R to the left in the bootism. D-Star Boxing in the bootism. Devil Beats in the bootism. Jimmy McClenley in the bootism. Ringside Reporter Live in the bootism. Queen Lisa Bales in the bootism. AJ All Day in the bootism. Charlo in the bootism. King TJ RIP in the bootism. Dr. P in the bootism. Ricardo, mi hermano, ya tú sabes, in the bootism. King Boxing in the bootism. What up, LadyChann? Pitbull in the bootism. Boxing God in the bootism. Zara in the bootism. Sports Heaven, what up, King in the bootism. Don Wani in the bootism. Ahmed in the bootism. Hector Garcia, mi esposo número 1, ya tú sabes, in the bootism. And Zandy in the bootism. Donald Banks in the bootism. El primero, su nombre is Lord in el edificio, ya tú sabes. Shouts out to Aplo. Aplo, Asalto y Ronda también. Thank you very much, by the way. Okay, go check. Right. Let's go.
Let's go, baby! Let's go!
AJ's in the bootism. Okay, let me just put this link in and then I'll grab y'all on. Pace. Okie dokes. So, got coupler. You know how we do. I'm introducing. Introducing. We have Boxing Beats and Rhymes and AJ All Day. Ding, 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 ding. What up, girl? Kaboom.
Hey.
What up?
Yo.
What up,
What's
Beats?
up?
How you doing, man?
Yeah, man. Yeah, in the building. It's in.
With the bootism. Thanks for joining me, Beats and AJ. Massively appreciated. You know, some people will jump on. So, you know, we got our great panel that always come in time and time out, and I appreciate them. What up, though, Mark? What up, though? Shouts out to Mark Nash TV. We got Bomb Squad. Shouts out. What's up to Eric Gomes in the booth? What up, Dal? Lisa Bell's the queen in the booth.
Big up, Lisa. Big up, Lisa.
Big up, Lisa. Oh, I'm introducing.
Mark Nash. Big up, Mark Nash.
Introducing. Introducing. It's Mark Nash TV in the booth.
One and only, baby. The one and only. How you feel?
What up, Dow? That's a nice surprise.
Man, I finally caught one of these, man. I finally caught one.
I know. I'm like, where you at? Where he at? Oh, I'm glad to have you on.
How you doing, my beautiful sister? How you feeling over there in the UK?
Are we good? I am good. How
you
are
look
you?
radiant this evening. You have a glow about you. Your eyes look bright and popping, and
Lighting.
yeah, you look gorgeous as usual. How you feeling today, sister?
Very much. I'm feeling great, Mark. Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thanks for having me.
I'll take them. Thanks a lot.
And peace to the fellas on the panel as well. My sister Lisa Bell and all my fellow Shannaholics in the chat. Peace to y'all.
Yes, man. We in the booth.
Yeah. Big up AJ. Big up AJ.
Yeah, AJ all day is all in the building.
Big up Beats, big up Mark. Good to have y'all on.
Yeah. So let's talk about it. Let's go. Where we at? Hey, Daryl. What up, Daryl? So, Anthony Joshua, Jermaine Franklin. Who wants to go first?
Oh, pick me. Pick me.
Go ahead. Go first then.
The other two brothers, everybody up here only from the UK too, right?
No, AJ is
AJ's from across the pond.
I'm from the US, Cali. Cali boy.
Cali. All right, cool. Let me just take it from the tippity.
top.
As y'all know, it's no secret, I am a AJ fan. I think the young man is phenomenal. I think he's an extreme talent. I was not overly impressed with his performance, but nonetheless, he went in there and got the job done. It's an old saying in boxing: win this one, look good on the next one. So I think that was key. In this right here, getting back in the win column, performing, and getting the job done, getting the W, and go back to the drawing board, work on things with I was glad to hear that he was like, man, I'm ready to get back in to the gym, go back to America, get back in there with Texas, go back to Texas, and sharpen some more tools in the toolbox. But far as the coaching of Derrick James, I didn't really see a major difference in AJ. AJ looked like AJ. I actually thought he performed better in the Usyk fights. I thought he was more active, let his hands go. It was a lot of clinching, a lot of holding. Early on in the fight, I saw him doing the Klitschko method. It was jab and grab, jab and grab. He was leaning on the guy, but when the guy comes in there at 255, I expect him to be doing some leaning on you. I'll keep this brief because I'm sure we'll be talking about it more, and I'm excited to hear what everybody else had to say. I'm glad to see my boy back in the winner column. Can we get a crowd and a sound effect for that? Yeah, we back in the winner circle.
We got let's go, baby. Let's go.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Absolutely. But and to wrap it up in my my opening statement, I'm glad he did get the win, but I wasn't overly excited. I'm not convinced yet that the AJ I saw will beat Tyson Fury. I'm not convinced that the AJ I saw will beat Deontay Wilder based off what I saw. But for the people who saying, oh, he was scared and he has performance anxiety, the man been fighting at the high level for a long time. Been fighting at if you had performance anxiety, he would have crashed out at the Olympics. He would have crashed out with the Klitschko when he got the next title and the next title. He was the belt collector walking around picking up the belts from everybody. He's the one. So I just don't see that right there. I don't think he should retire. I think it's still things he can work on. The guy, unlike many guys he's been fighting, he started boxing late. All these other guys been boxing like Usyk, boxing since he was 6 or 7 years old. Same thing with Ruiz. Only 2 men walking this earth has beat this man in the boxing ring at the pro level. Ruiz and Usyk, they both had a lot more experience. So I think the narrative that the guy is washed up is over. I'm not feeling that. I think the kid still has a lot he can offer to the sport, and it's not just money grabs and paydays. I really think he can. He can still be a what matter of fact. Let me rephrase that. He is still a high draw in boxing, so he definitely can make some big money, get some paydays, but I just want to see. I want to see him work with Derrick James more and see what he got before I see him in there with a Tyson Fury or Usyk. So I wouldn't mind seeing that Dillian White fight this summer just to see how that looks now.
Oh, not me.
Yeah, I mean, put a case on me. I think he need to get that confidence. I don't know if his confidence is all the way there yet, where he still trusts himself to get hit. Because whenever he got hit, he was holding on for dear life. But Franklin has been boxing longer than AJ. Franklin's a guy who's been boxing a lot longer than AJ as well. I don't think he's been boxing since 6 or 7, but he has been boxing longer than AJ. So that's my opening statement. I hope I wasn't too long-winded, but congratulations to Anthony Joshua. Congratulations to everybody in the UK. You know, I think the kid is back in the winners column, but far as what I saw, that guy can't beat Usyk with that. That what he just did, I don't think he can beat Usyk with that.
Got you. Yeah, got you. Shouts out to that breakdown. Okay. Let's go to Beats. Let's hear your breakdown.
Okay. Well, it breaks down in parts. It was partly an audition for the Fury fight. I don't know if they're gonna go for that now. Maybe see, the thing is, you could argue if he looked really impressive, that might scare them off. If he blasted out a man in 2. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I saw a lot of stuff, like he was constraining his opponent pretty well and then trying to get his shots off, a lot of sneaky stuff. Fought a little more dirty than what we're used to seeing. That kind of rough Texas country boy strength, you know what I mean? He's trying to use that. And I like it. It's more an American style. What I found is a lot more of the American uploaders appreciated what he was trying to do. He hasn't quite got what Derrick's trying to teach him. I think that, but they saw. I think that a lot of people saw what he was trying to do. It just needs to improve in execution next time. And I don't want to see the Dillian White fight, Mark. I don't want to see it because he uppercutted him out. He uppercutted Dillian out, right? And I don't think we need to go there again. I would like to see either Joyce, Wilder, and if we can get the Fury title shot, that'd be good too. On the negative side, I would have liked to seen a couple of knockdowns. And I think I don't know if he could have knocked him out, but a couple of knockdowns would have been good because he didn't press the gas, and that's something they're going to have to look at. But I did predict that this fight would go either late or points. That's what I predicted anyway. I didn't predict him.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I predicted late or points.
Yeah, he's right with that one. Because he's a slippery guy, that Franklin.
Hard to nail, very difficult to nail.
Yeah. The options are mentioned are White, Fury, or Wilder. Listen, all right, AJ, because then we can all just dive in and all just talk together. I just wanted to get everyone's initial things and we can just all dive in. So AJLD.
Yeah, okay. I'll try to keep it short.
You can keep it.
As we all know, I rewatched the fight yesterday with you, Chan, and very different on second view. I kind of lowered my expectations and kind of tried to, forget about what I saw before. And what I saw was a more cautious AJ, not the best performance, not the best fight, but you can see he was kind of working. And he said, I think today made a statement saying he went in there trying to knock Franklin out. Well, I don't really think that's the case. I mean, maybe he's just trying to say, I don't know why he maybe said to save face or whatever, but that's kind of not what I saw. I just saw an AJ who was kind of cautious, focused, kind of really wanted to work on his boxing. Landed a lot of jabs, counters. kind of he clinched a lot, but that's not a bad thing. I think it was mostly to stifle, Franklin's punches and momentum. So, kind of smart jab, grab, Klitschko-esque. But he got the win. And it's like Mark said. He said it perfectly. He said, "When it's time, look good next time." And as far as the Dillian Whyte fight goes, Chan, you're gonna hate me. I know I said I didn't want to see it either, but I'm kind of neutral about it because the key is AJ staying active. And if you want to take a Dillian Whyte rematch, you could do that fine. And he's been talking shit anyway. So if you want to, so
He's talking shit, but yeah, fuck that, man.
But yeah, I mean, it's like, so I'm just kind of neutral about it. If he wants to fight, just the key is to staying active. I mean, AJ put out on social media 12 more weeks, he's back out. Okay, we good, man. If that's the case, he could fight probably 2-3 more times this year on that kind of schedule. So yeah, I'm all for it. And honestly, the people who are criticizing his performance, I mean, well, I find these people are probably Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury fans, for the most part, who have something negative to say. I mean, they'll hype up Deontay Wilder knocking out a sparring partner, and Fury going in there with a pass to Chisora in a third fight that nobody wanted to see. So we're supposed to get excited over that, but AJ goes the distance with this guy. We're supposed to give him hell for it. Make it make sense,
Yeah, I mean, I watching it back, doing the rewatch yesterday in Point Score. Okay, I'm introducing, introducing. I need to get this already recorded. Introducing, kicking boxing. It's Eduardo. What up, KOK?
Hey, LadyChann, what's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
What up, man?
How you doing?
Yeah, we here. So all right, you can go next after me. So watching it back yesterday, this morning, I know the early hours. I was up at 4 a.m, so I did a rewatch. AJ. So I predicted between around 7 stoppage. At first, I was like, nah, you can get him out in the first 5 or 6. And then I was like, his golden round tends to be around 7 rounds, So I thought round 7. I knew Franklin had a beard with Dillian Whyte. But when I saw that you're coming in at your all-time heaviest at 255, so I'm thinking, well, you're definitely going for the knockout. You can't be going for, just to be doing a 12-round points decision because everybody knows, with AJ is gas tank. But I will give him credit. This is where I have to give him a round of applause. The gas tank was in the building. The gas tank was there. The gas tank was in the building. I think he was probably shocked his own self, to be honest. But listen, I wanted a knockout. I saw gun shy. He's gun shy, and I've been one of the people that's been refuting since after Ruiz that there seems to be an issue or a problem, but I have to concede that it seems to be there is some issue or problem. You lot go and watch back the first.
I disagree, Shan. I disagree.
Do you go and watch the Dillian Whyte fight beats? Go and watch
how because he was young, he was inexperienced. That's why he's fighting like that. So he's going out there swinging his hands because he's inexperienced. Right now, he came out there. The 254 wasn't necessarily like to throw a hole on the net. It was to contain the guy. He knew at 254 and the guy weighing 20 pounds lighter. Once I lock you up, you can't throw no shots. And it was Franklin who got frustrated. I disagree. I don't think he's gun shy. When he fights Fury, let me just say this quickly. When he fights Fury, right? Whether he gets beaten up or whatever, he will have to go for it. And he knows that. They will have to go for it. Against Franklin, he could contain him with the jab and contain him by clinching him.
Hot shotting. It was dry. It was a better fight than I thought. It was dry. I mean, he threw single shots. There was no combos. The combos had left the Bill dizzying. Like, where was his fame? Even Derek James, you could see Derek James in the corner telling him, throw the left hook and then come up with an uppercut, throw some hooks and then hit him with the right. Left hook, then follow through with the right. He didn't have his timing was off. He every time he wanted to do a 1-2 shot, like the left and then straight down the pipe, followed with the right. If you notice, he did get those shots off. I pitched him. I only gave Franklin 3 rounds, by the way. But what I'm saying is that AJ he didn't know how to adjust the height of who he was hitting. So if you notice, when he was doing his 1-2s, he was going above Franklin's head. It just the accuracy was off. There was good things, but what I'm saying is I didn't see any difference. Beats. I saw gun shy. I didn't see him get the combos. There was no combos.
Hey, LadyChann, you know what? I want to rebut my last statement. Hey, look at me. I'm doing a rebuttal to myself. Never heard of it. But you know what? Maybe if he fought Usyk like this, he probably could have won. Instead of trying to outbox Usyk, he should have muscled Usyk. I didn't even think about that until I heard you guys. Look, I've been talking about this fight for 2-3 days, just like the rest of y'all, but I didn't even think about it till right now. I'm wrong. Maybe he should have used his tactic with Usyk. Jab, grab, lean on you, wear you down, get you tired. Instead of trying to outbox him. And I agree with you guys. I don't think he trusted his gas tank. It was many times, I think, I thought he was gassing out early. I was like, damn, is he gassing out? Why is he doing this? But no, maybe that was the strategy. I'm going to jab, grab you, lean on you, get you tired. He's looking at the clock. I saw him looking at the clock as early as the 2nd or the 4th round. He was like just staring at the clock. He was holding the guy looking at the clock. Now, maybe that would have worked with Usyk. But as far as what you said, LadyChann, maybe he has to get that trust in the trainer. Him and the trainer gotta have trust in the trainer that, hey, look, you telling me to do this, I'm gonna do it and not get hurt or get knocked out. Because sometimes your trainer can tell you things, but yeah, it's easier said than done. And you go out there and do it, and then you getting stumbled and wobbled, and you're like, man, fuck that. I'm not doing what you said, man.
You got to trust your,
that's your chin trust. You need to trust your chin. That's like trainer can tell you what you want, but that's not you trusting your chin. It's a little different, but I'll let you finish.
No,
he trusted his chin. No, you good. Go ahead. He trusted his chin before, and he was on the stanky leg. Like Usyk hurt him, a smaller guy. But again, like I said, Usyk is a very skilled boxer. Like, and at this level too, one shot can hurt anybody. One shot, it don't matter how good the guy's skilled or not. When you're dealing with guys over 200+ pounds, one shot can change the whole thing. So I pass.
Yeah, I want to delete the narrative, and I've already debunked that, Mark. That Usyk didn't absolutely hurt Anthony Joshua at all. He threw a 14 hit combo, and only 4 of those hit AJ. AJ actually ducked. We did a whole show on it where we.
But that keeps you occupied, though, Shan. That keeps you occupied, and it's hey, look. You can duck 14 bullets, but 4 of them hit you. You still got shot 4 times.
Yeah, but if we slowed it down, and the shots that it was, there wasn't what shots that. I mean,
but that's pressure though. That's that physical pressure. That's mental pressure. You got to bend, you ducking. That shit is exhausting. Just evading those punches.
Just to show that, but you know the narrative. I mean, you used the word hurt. You did use the word hurt, so I'm just clarifying that he wasn't hurt. I'm not saying that he was
more fatigued in the.
Hold on, y'all. Y'all don't think Usyk hurt AJ not one time in 2 fights? He was never hurt.
Wait. The Mark bet one second. Y'all remember in the first fight in the 3rd round he buzzed AJ. He rocked him.
He rocked him.
Yeah, when he shot him back
early on in the 3rd round in the first fight. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. In the 12th, he was more fatigued.
Yeah,
it was yeah. But he did buzz him, you know.
Early on in that 3rd,
yeah. From that shot, he shot him backwards. But go ahead, I'll try.
No, you good. Fatigue turns men into cowards. I forgot. I think who said that? Was that Ronnie Shields? Who said that? I've heard that. It's a coach that said that. But fatigue turns strong men into cowards because you can't even defend yourself. You can't even.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I mean, it was the 12th round, and it was only like 20. I mean, he wasn't. Like, people flew around everywhere saying, Usyk nearly dropped him. Like, I did a whole show on it, and I've got a news report on it. I slowed it down. And remember, guys, remember AJ? Do you remember when we did that show? Everyone, it actually got a lot of views because people was like, oh, shit. Like, okay. So,
you saw the way he slumped over. When the bell ended, when the 12th round, he slumped over the rope. He was shattered.
That was fatigue. He was exhausted. Yeah.
If you see the 14 hit combo, it was mad. Usyk was and AJ ducked them, slipped them, ducked. I think KOKU was about then when we did that. Ducked them, slipped them, ducked them. But people don't realize that went on the rope, slipped her, yeah, it was actually great when you watched it in slow-mo. You like, fucking hell, yeah. I don't know where he learned
But a
that
judge
from.
will give you that round too, though. The judge will be like, that guy's doing what he wanted to do. He threw 14 punches.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I still gave Usyk that round, by the way, as well.
Yes,
I'm just
ma'am.
saying, never nearly got him out of there, but I still gave Usyk that round because Usyk dominated that round anyway, regardless. But yeah, I just wanted to debunk the narrative of him nearly getting knocked out by Usyk, where it wasn't so. It was fatigue. But go ahead,
Fatigue? Oh, I'm saying, but George Foreman got knocked out by Muhammad Ali. That was mainly fatigue too. Fatigue will get you out of there.
He was on the floor. Yeah, he was on the floor though. Yeah, he got knocked out. Yeah. He got punched out doing the Muhammad Ali doing the rope-a-dope, punched out. He punched himself out. But he absolutely, Muhammad Ali then punched him and he was flat out, wasn't he?
Yep, that was a beautiful combination he landed too.
It is. Look, respectfully, that Muhammad Ali combo started with a rabbit punch when he spun out the corner, hit George Foreman behind the head. Nobody want to say that though. He hit George Foreman with a rabbit punch. Nobody ain't gonna say that though because it's Ali. I get it.
Yeah, I have to look at it. Come on, bring it up. Conspiracy theories is running. Like, look, we don't want to talk about Ali and that. We're like,
I hate fouls. I hate guys fouling. I hate the fouls, but I understand it's part of fighting.
Let's keep it real. George done his fair share of fouls. When he knocked out Roman, he punched him in the back of his head and knocked him out, the Mexican. So
he learned.
What goes around comes around.
Foul for foul.
Fair enough.
Get him, beats.
You got me. Checkmate. You got me. Fair enough.
Go ahead, KOK.
Oh, okay. So just that sound all right. I'm so body to wait late. But just my impressions as far as the good. I think I know Beats was talking about it earlier. There's some subtle nuances that if you pay attention that you can see have changed. It took him a little while for AJ to get comfortable and implement some of it. For instance, it's not even like when he would go for a clinch or whatever, it's not even like a clinch. It's more of like you wrap up one arm and then you use the other arm while it's free. So he wasn't just like he was leaning on to an extent, but he was doing work as the fight went on. He was trying to keep that right hand open. That's where he tried to use the uppercut. And at the same time, like if you have a gas tank, he coming in his biggest of his career, period, most weight, period. And he looked good through the fight because I think what they've taught him is instead of moving away so much, if you want to rest, lean on guy, step to the side, step back one, less steps, less movement, unnecessary movement. So I mean, I saw some subtle things, but my issue with AJ is nothing to do with his ability. It's just like, I don't know if the confidence is there because it's not a matter of, there's a difference between rolling with a punch and flinching. And he was flinching early in the fight. And it's like, you're anticipating, like, is the range off? It's like he used the jab excellent, like he should have. He threw the right hand, but he never cleaned up the table. It's like, sometimes he's like taking a picture, throw a left hand, then a right, straight right, and just kind of sit back and look at his work. So it's like, I can see what Derek James and them is needing to do, but he like AJ is no position to be challenging any of the top 5 in his next fight. He needs another fight. I think he needs some more work with Derek James, but I see where it's going. And if he gets confidence and, like I said, being at 255 and not gassing, because he didn't look tired. If anything, like I said, the tactics he was using was sapping Franklin. Franklin looked tired late in the fight. That's why AJ had like a burst in that 8th or 9th round where he was able to put some more work in. But you can see the style that they're trying to use. Like, if you're going to be 255, be 255. Like, you should be mauling a little bit. You should, like, there's a little like, I want him to get a little nastier. I don't care, man. Hit dudes in the nuts. Do something. Choke him.
Get out of here.
You know how Franklin was getting upset when he was using the form. That's what you're supposed to do. When I'm 255 and you want to get close to me and you want to try to do body work, I'm gonna put forearms on you. I'm gonna lean on your back. I think it's still as far as a score, it's still incomplete.
I want to say this for all the people saying he's not confident. Let me be clear. You have to have some kind of confidence to even step in that ring, man. You got to be confident to step in that ring. For some people say, oh, he's doing it for money. If it was about the money, the kid could have quit a long time ago. if he was only here for the money. I want to remind you guys of what happened when a lot of fighters got their first big payday. They crashed out. Look at Mike Donald when he got that Floyd fight. He crashed out. Motherfuckers, Andy Ruiz crashed out. A lot of guys get that big check, get a big fight, and they crashed out. If it was about money, the young man could have stopped a long time ago. But he's there to compete.
Let me give you something on that, though. It's not, first of all, whoever's making the money think is stupid because he's been making money. Like, the money to me isn't even a factor. Like, if like people are like saying him, oh, he's fighting for money. Like, if his motivation was money, he could have been fighting this stuff. He was making money before he ever lost. He was making money when he was getting in battles and stuff. So the money thing to me is nothing. That's not his motivation, period, because he's been getting money. So it's like, that's not a big deal. What I'm saying is like not confident, like you're just giving general confidence to go in the ring. I don't mean that. I mean confidence of two things, his gas tank and his chin. He's not sure of either one. He's probably got a little more confidence in the tank of this fight, but the chin is still an issue. So it's not a matter of like overall confidence of being a fighter, but he doesn't know, can he, if one of these dudes clock me, am I going to be able to stand up?
I don't know if he thinks it's the chin or if it's the equilibrium shot, because and may I reiterate, and I agree with most of what you guys are saying, may I reiterate, out of the so-called top 3 heavyweights, AJ has been down the least. He's been down the least.
Thank you. But Lady Shan, but you the same one that said, respectfully, you said you wanted to see some knockdowns and knockouts. Who knocked out Franklin before? It ain't like Franklin's the guy that goes in there and get knocked out. Yeah, he's never been knocked out before anyway.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I think we got to give Franklin some credit for his beard.
Oh, yeah,
I ain't talking about you per se. I'm just saying the general consensus of this is what I'm hearing. Not just with the panel here, just throughout the boxing community. A lot of people saying, "Oh, I wish he would have knocked him out. He should have knocked him out." I was like, AJ's a boxer puncher. He's not a knockout artist. Like where that's all he do, go in there and look, man, if the knockout comes, it comes. And also somebody was like, I wanted to see him. Somebody said something right here, just said about getting a rest. Look, you get a rest in a boxing ring only a couple ways. You can go to the ropes and high guard. You can get rest behind your jab. And I think that's the way he should have done it. Get you rest behind your jab, trust your jab. And I know Derrick James preaches that jab over and over again. You can tell by the way Frank Martin fights, the way Errol Spence and Jamel Charlo fights. They rest behind their jab. They rest behind that high guard and an active jab. Now, the active jab for AJ wasn't there. It's another way you can get rest in a ring, and that's just simply grabbing your opponent and leaning on him. And that's the way he chose to do it. And you can see Derrick James many times telling him, hey, man, get back on your jab, get back on your jab. You know what I mean? But I don't think we should knock the young man for not knocking out Jermaine Franklin, because Jermaine Franklin hasn't been knocked out yet. If it was a blueprint for that.
I said that same thing, but the issue was it's not, well, first of all, like I said, when people get like, I don't know if y'all remember when they kept asking me about this, I said I feel like AJ is going to win, but I never said it was going to be a knockout because I wasn't sure. Who messed that up, who caused that aura was AJ. It's like, dude, like I was saying it the other day, like we need to go back to not so much of the AJ in the media, like, because him talking about, like, he was like, oh, white, oh, I would have knocked him out, and you know, all this other stuff. And it's like, so he raised the expectation so high. It's like, dude, like this guy, there's a reason why this dude made it through. Like, there's a reason why we're saying a guy off short notice that was clearly out of shape went in there with Dillian White and made it look close to a certain extent, even though he lost. There's a reason why that happened. Now you got a dude that's fully trained, had a full camp, you done fed him. And so just to assume that this guy was a bum that you're going to knock out was not, like, he should have never said that. He should have just been like, hey, you know, I'm working on some new things. Like, these heavyweights are like, some of these guys are tough. There's some dudes just not going to allow you to knock them out.
Who said that?
It's like he raised that expectation for everybody. And was like, to the point of, well, if this happens, I'm going to retire. It's like, no, don't sit, like, let's see what happens, bro.
Yeah.
Hold on. Who's that just talking? Was that Boxing Beats?
No, I haven't. No.
Nah, that's me.
I don't know who's me. What's your name, bro?
King of Kings.
Okay, King of King. Hey, my brother, you made a good point there, and I respect that. But let's be clear: You might be right. He might have overhyped and sold it, but when he said I'll retire if I don't beat Jermaine Franklin, I remember seeing that headline going around. But if you look at that video, he said that in jest. He said that being facetious almost. He laughed it off. He was like, okay, yeah, I'll retire if I don't beat Jermaine Franklin. Look, people don't want to see me fight. All right, blah, blah, blah. I guess I'll quit. But he's saying that, and he's laughing while he says that because he knows people want to see him fight. And the reporter instantly replied with, oh yeah, because there's still a lot of big money fights. And he replied immediately with, no, it's not about the money. It's about the competitive spirit inside of you. Yeah, it's the competitive spirit. Yeah, you know. And
Yeah.
that was a terrible accent, but don't judge me.
That's true.
Yeah.
Put a case on me. Put a case on me. Terrible accent.
That's my case, one. That's my case, sound.
Yeah, you're
but
right about that, but it's the Dylan White comment that kind of sealed it for him, because after the Dylan White fight, he was kind of like, oh, it's just like, at the end of the day, I'm like, maybe just like, because AJ made a point of like back in the day of like, yeah, he did talk, but I just feel like it's too much exposure. I think it like quit.
Hey,
like
look.
let's go back to like, I remember the look and the stare. Those are the type of things we're talking about. It's like, it's not like you're going to pack the dude up, because like I said, he made a conscious decision. He's going out of his element. He's coming over to Texas. He's trying to make some changes. And like I said, right now I got to just score you incomplete as far as your progress or your revamping, because here's the thing that people are anticipating, that somehow you're going to change. No, you're not going to change. If like a true trainer is not going to change your style. What he's going to do is see what you do good and then apply it in a situation or a strategy that makes it effective in a fight. You're not going to turn AJ into like some kind of mystical boxer or some weird shit like that. It's like, bro, you're strong here. You're strong here. You're physically imposing. When you were physically imposing, you were putting guys away. There was a knee-jerk reaction after the Andy Ruiz fight, and just trying to slim him down and turn it like it's been this like not his terms for so long. So I think that's what Derek James is trying to do. Like, let's go back to you and quit reacting to what everybody else is doing. Let's concentrate on what you do well.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Go ahead, son.
I'm not gonna. I was a bit like, oh God. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait till these other two fights happen, and then I'll make my decision of if he's got it or he ain't.
But look, but LadyChann, he won damn near every round. No matter, we didn't think it was beautiful, we didn't like it, but he used the Klitschko method. He used and maybe and look, what's the trainer? Emmanuel Stewart. That was Emmanuel Stewart shit too. Jab, right hand, hold, jab, left foot, hook off the jab. But that's what heavyweights do.
That weren't all on him. They was both leaning, both clinching.
Early on, it was a lot of AJ, and even in the later parts, Franklin was trying to fight through those clinches, and he was getting warned for like, hey, look, don't toss him, don't turn him, stop trying to do the hip toss. But the referee, I don't recall one warning from the referee like, hey, AJ, that's excessive holding.
Could I just say this though, yeah? Right? Every fighter, pro fighter who gets hurt, it has to have some effect on how they box, not just AJ, right? When Joe Louis fought Max Schmeling, I know I'm going way back, right? Schmeling was one of the first boxers to use tape and study their opponent. And he noticed that when Joe jabbed, he kept dropping his left hand low. And he knocked Joe out, first man to do it. In the rematch, Joe was a lot tighter, and he waited until he was right in range before he popped the jab. So my guy didn't get the chance to exploit any jab dropping. And you can see that Jack Blackburn drilled that into Joe. So that changed him. Tyson Fury, after he got floored by Pajek and Cunningham, people who weren't supposed to drop him, his coach, John Fury, they went and took lesser opponents and made that sure Tyson Fury was using his range, his footwork, his spacing, and they got that as good as they could. And he wasn't getting knocked down like that no more until he fought Wilder. It does change you. It's changed AJ. Of course, it's changed. You don't want to get hit, and why should he want to get hit? Like that's the whole point. Why? Listen, you don't want to be taking big shots from these heavyweights because listen. Let me tell you this now, right? If Dillian, and I like Dillian, right? If Dillian fights Anthony Joshua again, right, and Joshua lands flush, you know what's going to happen to Dillian? He's going to get knocked out, and let me tell you why. Because Dillian got knocked out by AJ. And he didn't change. He was still just steaming the same. He hasn't changed. And
It
that's
beats an uppercut has knocked him out.
The worst thing is, right, is if when things like that happen to you and you don't make changes. So I'm glad he's changed. I'm glad you don't want to get hit as a fan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's gone too much over there, though, Beats. It's gone too much there.
We'll see.
All you asked to do is land another uppercut on Dylan. Down he goes.
Like I said, I'm gonna watch. Yeah, I'll see for the next 2 fights, innit? Because he says he's gonna fight, another 2 times. Shouts out. I do. I'm with it. Because when Tyson Fury was fighting, all of his stupid fights, nobody was really coming down on him as like a ton of bricks. And Tyson Fury is a guy that's held every belt. Just not all together, but he's held every belt. So don't say, yeah, but AJ was 2-time unified in it. But Tyson Fury, he's come through 5 years previously, and he's had some gimme fights, mate. And nobody really comes down on him like a ton of bricks like they do with other fighters, and this especially Anthony Joshua. But I am still of the mind that there's he's gun shy. I know what you're saying, Beats. You get knocked down and that, but sometimes you got to bet on yourself a bit. And you
Let me give you another story. Let me give you another narrative, Shan. Let me give you another narrative.
He knew that Franklin didn't really hurt him. Look at AJ's face and then look at Franklin's eyes. Franklin's eyes.
You see when Sugar Ray Leonard fought Hagler, right? He went into that training camp, right? And they said he was going there and he was punching up, man, and bam, 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 bam. And then he fought Quincy Taylor, who knocked out Julian Jackson to become WBC champion. Leonard used to manage it. And they said that Taylor caught Leonard. Bah! And Leonard was out on his feet in the gym, out on his feet. They had to stop the session, right? Yeah. And Leonard was shook. He said, man, I've got to fight Hagler soon. What am I going to do? They had to they had to rip down the whole camp, basically, and get him to go back to hit and move, hit and move, hit and move. And let me tell you that. Him getting hit like that was the best thing that happened to him. Because if he went in there and traded with Hagler, he wouldn't have won the fight.
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't have won.
But bro, you can't turn.
He was smart. I mean, he was smart with them shoe shines at the end of those rounds.
That's
but
boxing.
Listen, but brother, you can't.
If you don't learn from getting hurt in boxing, then you're in the wrong sport. You're in the wrong sport. If you're getting hit and you're still getting hit after, you deserve everything what comes to you. I'm telling you, like you see Dillian, right? He knocked out Povetkin, knocked him out with an uppercut, and the next fight he just steamed straight into Povetkin, but he got away with that one, right? He got away with that one. And when he fought Fury, what was he doing? He would just wild swings and he got knocked out. He left himself open.
But look, understand this though. I like what you said there, but you kind of described the fight in a microcosm. The first fight with Dillian White. With Dillian White, you left out the fact that Dillian White had dropped Povetkin, like 2 or 3 times before he got knocked out himself. He let the man off the hook. So what he realized, well, look, if I can keep touching this guy and I can make him crumble and fall, the first time we fought, that was the best he was going to do. You get what I'm saying? I got caught slacking. So what I'm going to do is tighten my defense up and I'm going to steamroll him again. But this time I'm not going to let him off the hook like he did the first fight. So that's what one part you left out right there. He was fucking Povetkin up, respectfully. Tyson Fury, it seems like some of these big guys, they have trouble with smaller guys. Is that just me, LadyChann? You notice that? Like,
hate it.
Otto Wallin gave Tyson Fury fits. He almost had him stopped on cuts. Yeah. Like some of these little guys give these bigger guys fits. I don't know what that is.
He ever had was with Steve Cunningham. He said that.
A smaller guy. Another smaller guy.
Slippery as an eel. Couldn't catch him. Couldn't put him down.
Is it just the punching down trajectory, or it must be that?
They're so low. They're low below the shots. They get so low, and then the looping. I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
No, for sure. I think the fact that these guys are so small that gives them an advantage because they're so mobile and they're a lot naturally quicker than most of these big heavyweights. Their mobility is a huge asset to them because they're naturally smaller, especially the Steve Cunningham former cruiserweights who and then they moved up to heavyweight, but they're still naturally smaller, so that mobility in the smaller size automatically gives them an advantage.
Also, I think I keep it short. Also, too, it's almost like like the rearview mirror. Like, you know how they say objects are closer than they appear?
Yeah.
You don't realize how close this little guy is to you. And a lot of those big guys, they just want to beat up this little guy. So in the process of doing that and getting closer to him, instead of like just boxing off their jab and just jabbing and trusting your jab to open up their defense, trusting your jab to keep them occupied and frustrated, trusting your jab to set up the left hook off the jab this time, working the right hand. They just want to get close to him, and they want to do things that normally would work for the average guy. But these guys are so smaller, you're punching downward, you're missing shots, you're swinging shots. And now you got so close because you just want to hit this little motherfucker that now you put yourself in risk and danger more than you had to. But I passed the mic.
Yeah. So all right. Yeah, all right. So Beats, I want to hear what do you see the pathway for AJ? What do you want to see until that you're happy with, or what was it going to take you to basically
look, AJ is not going to improve. He's not going to improve that much, right? It's all about the game plans and the strategy and who's picked and what they come in with the night. They're all flawed. It's for what it is. AJ sells out stadiums. He does big pay-per-view draws. Like, women are attracted to him, and he does modeling. He's got so much profile on him. Everything is detailed. I remember Joe Joyce fighting Bryant Jennings, and he lost the fight, in my opinion. He lost the fight. You know what I mean? He was hurt with a body shot. Really? But people, people don't really talk about that because he doesn't have the same profile as Joshua. Look at Hrgovic last time. He got knocked down by the old Chinaman last time. And then look at the old Chinaman, right?
He got robbed. Jane got robbed.
He struggled to get past, what was it? Jerry Forrest.
Forrest.
And, yeah. Mm-hmm. And like, all the division is flawed. Like, Wilder was knocked down even before Fury by, what was it? What was his name? Whoever his name was.
The Coniers, Harry Conier.
Yeah, Coniers. Yeah.
Harold Coniers.
Right?
Coniers.
He was his eye was busted up really bad by Duhaupas. He needed the little interval in between the rounds when he fought
Luis Ortiz in the first fight.
It's heavyweight boxing, man. Like, it's just heavyweight boxing. Like, anything can happen on the night. Like, but I see there's a lot of emphasis put on Joshua, and that's understandable because he's the cash cow of the sport. He's kind of like, I don't know. I don't want to say the face, and people think I'm saying he's the best, but he is kind of like the epicenter of where the money came back.
For sure.
Yeah.
He's Canelo with the heavyweights.
Yeah. So what did you? So what improvements? Did you see improvements in that fight? Is that what you're saying in that fight? Because for me, I kind of saw tiny. I don't know if I can equate it down to Derek James, whatever. Maybe it was, but for me, I feel like it was the same AJ that I've seen for the last 6 fights.
It's just styles make fight. Look, he won the fight clearly. Like Tyson Fury against Otto Wallin, everyone said he was going to get murdered when he fought Joshua because he was cut and he went the distance. I said, no, he's going to beat Wilder. It's just a stylistic match. I mean, like, I've even loaded it up in my new video. What it was, he was fighting a southpaw who knew his spacing, and he was trained by a guy I used to watch in the 90s, in Joey Gamachi, and it was just a difficult style match. That's all it is. And the thing is, Wallin hasn't even scored a knockdown since then. Sometimes it's just a style match. But look, boxing is all about styles make fights. And the thing with the heavyweight division, what we're doing, right? We look at one performance, say, he didn't perform that good, he's out of the race. But he's not, right? These guys need to fight each other thoroughly until we can eliminate who's not popping, because everybody's fought each other. But we don't have that right now. They fight twice a year, and a lot of fights are not getting made. You know, even if you look at welterweight, right? Spencer Crawford hasn't been made, and you've got all these young welterweights come up. This isn't Spencer and Crawford's era. They should be out in the division by now. Either retired or up to 154 or 160.
Yeah, I'm sick of
they
that.
should be they should be out of there, but it's taking too long now. So, you know, everyone's saying Tyson's the best, but what if he gets chinned in his next fight? Then what are they going to say?
I you know me, I'm not that rinse him at every second of the day that I physically can. So I don't think he's the best until I see him like at least clean out a couple of people more in that division, mate. But I feel that they're hold up in the heavyweight division because of Tyson Fury. Like the heavyweight division now we've got it. We can still stick on Joshua, but I'm just wanting to say that it's now been ordered. The WBA have ordered Dubois to fight Usyk. Usyk's gonna wash him. It's just gonna be a 12 round shot.
It's probably gonna be Usyk's easiest fight.
He'd do that.
Yeah, that should happen, but you don't know. It might just be you don't know what could happen, man. I agree. Usyk should wash him, but you never know. It might just.
How is that fight ordered and Dubois has an ACL? He talking about he came and walked for 6 months. 6 months off the leg, and then maybe 3 months getting back in rehab. Like, how the hell is that fight ordered? So we talking about a fight ordered.
Frank Warren's pushing him out there, bro, for the bread, bro. You know what I mean? Pushing him out.
It's Frank. It's Frank.
To do the purse bid, to satisfy the purse bid, who's going to win it, and that's why they're going on. And in saying that, when you're saying that Frank's pushing him out for the money, I feel that. If I hear that AJ is doing a Fury next fight instead of Dillian White, I'm not going to be happy, because to me that's a cash out, and that's a cash out because it's a fight that arguably this version of AJ could easily lose.
But boxing is a cash out. It's a cat. Like he's 32. How long are we going to wait for this perfect AJ? If he loses, he loses. It don't mean he's like, okay. It depends what kind of loss. If he loses 7-5 on points, it's not a disaster. If he's knocked out and beaten and humiliated, that's different. It depends how you lose.
Why you like? I thought you've gone to Derek James so we could see for you at least ride out this year. And get a little bit, add some strings to your bow.
No. If I'm paying my subscription for my hard-earned money, and you are a world-ranked former unified champion twice, I expect you to fight Tyson Fury. Whether I expect Wilder to be I expect the top guys to fight the top guys. Like what? So if he fights someone in the top 20 and they're charging you pay for it, you gonna pay for it?
Well,
I'm not paying for it.
Did we? So I mean, I don't think they'll make us pay for like these Franklin types of fights. A Wilder and a Fury for sure. But I just thought you want to have a couple of Beats. He has to have a few camps with Derek James before you're going to go in for the like.
No, he's already had 4 coaches. He's already had 3 coaches. It's time to go.
Yeah, but
but look, man. Hey, look. One camp with Jerry James, my brother, is not going to turn him into Joe Frazier. At this point, he is who he is. Like, and a fighter is the fighter. Like the coach cannot go in there and make you dunk if you 5'5". Like you're not a slam dunker. You got to work on your dribbling and handles.
The world don't evolve around AJ. If you're not ready, then step aside and let someone else do it. Because like people are going to stop. Listen, they're not going to feel it. If you go down the ranking and fight guys in the same ranking range of Franklin, you're not selling out the arena. People are not going to turn up. And that's not remember.
Stop it. Hold on. No, bro.
Let me finish quickly.
Go ahead. Finish up.
Right. The Zone have signed this guy on a multi-million-dollar deal, right? Yeah. And they're not signing him like to fight learning fights, bruh. He's supposed to be a ranked contender. They're looking at Wilder and Fury. So the Saudis will pitch up the 200 million site fees for these fights. That's why he's there.
I heard you, sir. Let me rebuttal that. I mean, here's the deal for real. Fury just fought Chisora, dog. And that shit was in that building was that I didn't see a lot of empty seats in there. AJ is AJ. He can fight Dillian White. I know y'all don't like to say the name, but I'm telling y'all, here's the deal. Those are the 3 names that Eddie and the Zone have presented. We want Fury. We want Wilder. If we can't get those 2 this summer, we're gonna fight Dillian White. And I'm telling y'all, that's not far-fetched that, hey, look, Fury and Wilder might not happen, but he can fight Dillian White. He can stay active. Dillian White is going to take the fight. AJ's going to take the fight. He's going to stay active. And by the end of the year, you will see him in the ring with Wilder or Fury, because him and Dillian White together will still put asses in seats. We ain't gotta like the fight, but those are the facts, because that is what the zone, how you brought up, they're okay with the Dillian White fight. I mean, it is what it is. Dillian White is still ranked. So yeah, they'll put that in there to see what he got, see if Dillian White is better since then. They both are vulnerable.
If we're talking about building up his confidence, that's what you, because that's what you.
No. I'm not talking about building up confidence.
Let me finish.
Hold on. But no, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
All right, if you didn't say that, right? All right, this is what I'm saying. Learning fights are there to build up his confidence, so he can fight the Wilders and the Furies. But here's what's going to happen, right? You start picking up these journeymen or these guys who are not ranked. All that's going to happen is the press are going to say, boy, I'm sick of these fights from him. He doesn't want to fight Wilder and Fury. AJ's going to pick up on that. His mood is going to say, boy, like that's what affects fighters when people are saying you don't want to smoke. And he's saying he wants to smoke. If he says he wants to fight Fury, let him fight him, and let's see how good he does. Yeah, he's a two-time unified champion. There are no more training fights.
Hold up, but nobody's saying that, sir. It takes two to tango. And AJ's on record of saying if he told the unified, when I say he, I'm talking about Fury. He said if Fury is telling Usyk, I want 70-30 for undisputed, quote, end quote, AJ said, what do you think he's going to offer me? If he wants to undisputed and he wants to do 70-30, what do you think he's going to offer me for a guy with no title? You know what I mean? So he said, and so that fight, we'll see, but let's be real. I'm not going to take happen.
That's why the fight.
And he said, I'm not taking 70-30. You get what I'm saying? But also, but here's the trick though. He did the reason why I keep bringing those three names up, because those are the three names his promoter, his network, and he have mentioned. Wilder, Fury. They want Fury. They can't get Fury. They want Wilder. If they can't get Wilder, we'll do Dillian White. So all the Joe Joyce stuff, it sounds good. I would like it. I would like to see him fight some other guys too. It's highly ranked. But let's be real. If he's going to cross the street and go over there and do some business with Frank Warren and Queensberry Promotions, it's going to be for the big fish. It's going to be for Tyson Fury. If he's fighting a guy from
fighting to this day.
Yeah, he's gonna want to fight Deontay Wilder. Like that's gonna be a big fight if he can't get Fury. Like it's just those are the three names. He has two more fights this year. We got three names to pick from. We don't gotta like all three of the names, but yeah, man, those are the top three guys that he want to go after. And Dillian White,
even now he's saying like, yeah, he's like, but out of that, he's just like. He's like Dillian White, not really. Like he's not chuffed of it, and
exactly. He don't want to do that. He want Wilder. He want Fury. If he can't get Fury, get Wilder. If he can't get Fury or Wilder, the third option is Dillian White, who definitely gonna jump over loops to get the fight. He gonna take the fight.
Them two fights may excite him more, but at the end of the day, mate, like he's tried to fight them a couple of times. Do you know what I mean? And they just keep fucking about. So I wouldn't care if he just said I'd love to see those fights, but I wouldn't care if he just said, you know what, I've tried to fight these lads and it's just always falls through. There's always a problem trying to make the fights with them two. Everyone else,
he's gonna keep trying to fight those guys till they retire. To either he or they retire. He's gonna keep trying.
Well, let's all get this shit done because Fury doesn't get fights done. He don't get fights done. I ain't even heard. He's gone remarkably quiet.
Probably because the public's turned on his ass. That's why.
Yeah.
So
gone so quiet. So I don't even know where he's at. Where's he got? What's the next? Who's he fighting next? Fury.
I don't even know. That hasn't been announced. We don't know.
I need to fucking rip him.
Fury seems to be more interested in making video call-outs than fighting, it would seem. But now he's not even doing that.
Fury's sulking right now. Like,
Fury should have a mandatory coming up next.
He should be.
Shouldn't he have a mandatory coming up? Because he just did a voluntary.
I think Dillian White was it.
That was last year. Another one hasn't been called yet.
He fought Chisora after that, right?
Yeah.
That was a voluntary. So that was the mandatory. That's why I say he has he has a mandatory coming up. He did a mandatory, voluntary.
Was the WBC order it?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be Char or somebody.
Jesus.
Oh no, he's not in the Is Manuel Char in the WBC rankings?
Man, Char. Man, I saw Char.
Yeah.
Hold up. I saw Char over there in Abu Dhabi trying to fight Big Baby Miller. Remember, he jumped in the ring after the Big Baby Miller fight. Wasn't that Char?
Mahmoud.
AJ can fight Big Baby Miller and
no. Really
no.
No. Let me finish. When he's really like got beaten 6 times and probably needs some money, but no, not now. Them names,
I don't want him to fight him ever.
Jarrell Miller, no.
You should never get the bag. You should never get the bag off of the back of my name after you absolutely are a part of this whole domino effect. To be honest,
facts, LadyChann.
I like to see Dillian and Jarrell Miller. Yeah, that'd be a good fight.
I don't want to see Jarrell Miller at all. I don't give 2 shits.
Yeah,
about
me neither, to be honest.
yeah, you know what I mean. Like, let's not care about that geezer. He's just
his fat ass need to be fighting the treadmill and the dope man. That's what he need to be fighting.
That's what he needs to be fighting. Weight Watchers,
Big
Slim
Baby versus Walgreens.
Yeah, he was one of the ones that was talking shit about Anthony Joshua's won over Joe. Okay, you fight Jermaine. Let's see how you do. How about that? You go in there with him.
Yeah, let him fight Jermaine Franklin. Yeah, maybe. But what do you think of AJ's strange comments about? I know a British heavyweight that can knock him out, though. Knock out Franklin. Well, what does that mean?
Very odd, to say the least. Very odd.
I don't know what was any of that shit that happened at the end of that fight. He tapped the guy on the back of the head. I thought that was saying good fight, but then he walks over. He didn't give the guy a hug. He did a clinch.
That's what I thought.
I thought he was giving him a hug, but then I watched it. He clinched the guy like we were still fighting. Jermaine Franklin rightfully said, "Man, get the fuck off of me, man. You've been holding me all fight." And then he was like, "Oh, you don't want me to hug you? All right." Well, he stiffed on him and mushed him to the face. There's 2 fights in a row where AJ had these post-fight melees, and I don't like it because this time people outside the ring got in the fights as well.
That's exactly what I was saying. I'm like, where's all this energy during the fight? Like, why are you doing this after? Like, what was all this during the match?
Now I'm wondering why is there after the last 2 fights? It's true. I said this, like, then you're doing this stuff afterwards. See, I'm always down for a bit of fuck shit, so I don't really care either way, to be honest.
Talk that shit, Chan. Talk that shit.
I don't really mind, but looking at it with a mature head on, it's just like, yeah, it's weird. Like, why are you doing this after your last 2 fights? The last time we saw you do that, you did that with Dillian Whyte, and that was rightfully so. It was a massive rivalry. I get it. I got it. But, Usyk, I don't know why you did that, but who cares?
Look,
you did it.
Here's the issue. Here's the real issue, yeah? Wilder versus Fury, Wilder versus AJ are 5 years late already.
Yep.
There can't be no more. Yeah, we're gonna do this. They can't like Usyk and Fury. It's late. We need an undisputed fight. We need either undisputed fight or the top guys start, or the sport's just gonna die soon. It's gonna die.
It is dying. It is sad. But
if AJ gets knocked out, he gets knocked out. He's just one boxer. He's just one boxer. Gets knocked out, he gets knocked out. So what?
Yeah.
Get ready, do the best you can. I hope he wins. But there's no, listen, you can't guarantee in boxing, you can't guarantee that you're not going to get knocked out. No one can guarantee it. And if he knocks Fury out, it's all good. So I fancy him to do pretty good. If he can make some improvement, I think he'll do pretty good. I don't think it's going to be this one-sided flogging. I don't know where people get that from. I don't know where they get that from. Then people will say, I don't know boxing. No, you don't know. But if you think that fight will be a one-sided flogging, you don't know boxing. It won't be no one-sided flogging. I'll tell you that now.
Yeah. Shouts out to Mark Nash. Had to slide through. Didn't want to make a big deal out of it. But you can find him on Mark Nash TV. Go and type in. I'm a member of his channel. We always have fun. Rock out over there. He's also on Mark Nash on Instagram and Twitter as well. Mark Nash was in the booty.
Peace out, Mark.
Because he's got a show that he has to. Yeah.
By the way, Chad, could I sent you something in your DMs on Twitter. Can you check it? I kind of wanted to discuss that. I thought it was a little funny.
AJ shared a tweet. Oh, no, that's you. Oh, yeah, with Beats is really topic. I watched Beats' commentaries on Conor Benn. We're going to go on to that. Yeah, we're going to discuss that on the weekly wrap-up Shiggity Show. Let's Just to wrap up the AJ thing in a bow. Guys, is my mic all right? Is it?
You're fine. You're fine.
Oh,
it's perfect.
cool.
You're good.
Okay, slow. So Beats, you're going with, we want to see AJ fight one of the two big cats, a Wilder or a Fury.
Or Joyce.
Yeah. Or Joyce.
Yeah, that's where he belongs. Until he's beaten again, that's where he belongs.
Okay, cool. And Fury, who's going to be acceptable in your opinion to for Fury to fight, even though he's notorious weak?
What, outside Usyk?
Yeah.
There is no one. There is no one. It has to be Joshua. That's his British rival. They're both battling for territory of who can do the most stadium numbers and pay-per-view numbers. You know, that's his rival. If you don't fight Usyk, you've already beat Wilder 3 times, in my opinion. There is no one. Like, you fight Hrgovic, they're going to say it's a shit fight. You fight anyone, he's going to say it's a crap fight. Joyce might be accepted. Joyce, he might get away.
Joyce
is the only
still
one
undisputed, but I mean, Joyce, would it be not acceptable that he ducked? But I mean, we're just like, well, it's an intriguing fight for either AJ or Fury to fight Joyce, isn't it? To be fair. Okay.
Then again, Joyce is Usyk's problem as well, not Fury's. I mean, I still wouldn't want to see the fight. I mean, I still want to see the fight, of course, but it's like he's more in line for Usyk than anything else.
Yeah. Fucking hell. Like Beat said, man, it's dying. It's in dire straits at the minute, mate. Boxing.
Let people take their L's, man. Let them take the L's. And if you're not, just sit down and retire and let the other person come in. Time for some more L's. Some L's. Let people take their L's.
At least vacate the belt or something. That we might probably get an undisputed champion.
Even if you're a fan of the fighter, let them take their L's, bro. Let them take their L's.
Yeah. I'm down with them taking their L's because I'm never the one that, like, if you mean you have to, you know, we all know Muhammad Ali 5 losses. Everyone's had their losses, but the thing is, they're not even taking the fight so we can see if they win or lose anyway.
I mean, Chan. I mean, your Chan is like us. We don't care. We're boxing fans. We don't care if fighters lose. I mean, with fighters mostly we're talking about are fanboys who are in the O protection services with the program that want to make excuses constantly instead of actually wanting to see fights or fighters test themselves.
Yeah. That's all we want to see is fighters test themselves. But okie dokes anyway. All right, Conor Benn Beats. Conor Benn. Tell everyone your stance on Conor Benn is that.
I don't know if he's guilty. Everyone keeps thinking. I don't know. I don't know if he took it. I didn't see him. All right, let me cook at it though. Let me cook at it. Here's the facts. Here's the empirical facts, right? And this is all receipted. Right? If the British Boxing Board of Control let 2-weight champion Zolane Tete knock out a British level fighter in Cunningham, right? When he tested pre-fight positive for stanzanol, a steroid, and because of confidentiality issues, they let him go in the ring and knock this guy out. He needed 7 minutes resuscitation, right? He said, I could have died in there because of confidentiality. But Conor Benn didn't get that. They called the fight off. So their rules are conflicted amongst them. They're not carrying out the same rule for one person and the other. And that's all I have to say on it. And like, look, if TalkSport are going to do 20 videos a day on it, that's biased. They didn't do that to Tyson Fury. And it's the same thing with Tyson. Tyson Fury tested in February 2015, right? For Nandrolone, him and Huey, right? He fought Klitschko for the world title. His cousin Huey fought Joseph Parker for the world title while the case was under investigation, right? So how comes they get the chance to clear their name and Conor Benn didn't?
Yeah, but aren't you glad what you're saying with Tete? Like, wouldn't it have been the way they should have? Because imagine if Conor Benn was allowed to fight. Look what happened to Cunningham. 7 minutes because they allowed that fight to happen. This geezer, you know, the brain shuts down after 7 minutes of like literally.
The big difference is, let me tell you the difference, Chan, right? With Conor Benn, right, as soon as he was tested positive, how comes Eddie Hearn got the information and gave it straight to the board? Frank Warren, the Tete Cunningham fight happened in July. Frank Warren reckons, I didn't know that he tested positive
Right.
Because, look, because Tay on the world stage is a nobody.
Guy just knocked the microphone out of my hand. Clearly doesn't want to do anything. Right. So that's the arrogance of youth, unfortunately. I am, and I'm very near Conor Benn, who I just want to say hello to. No, he's knocked the microphone off. He doesn't want to talk tonight. I'm afraid. Doesn't want to do anything tonight. He's got his security guy. He just knocked the microphone out of my hand. Clearly doesn't want to do anything. So that's the arrogance of youth, unfortunately. Well, there you go. That's life, unfortunately.
So, Gareth, just to paint the picture for people that are listening to the radio, we've obviously got lots of people in attendance for an Anthony Joshua fight tonight. I'm sure that people that do follow Conor Benn on social media are fully aware that Conor was on his way to the arena tonight. He has just turned up. He's taken his seat ringside. He hasn't done any interviews publicly since everything that happened, obviously, on the back of the fallout from his Chris Eubank Jr. fight last October. You've just gone over there to get a word and have a conversation, and he's just knocked the microphone out of your hand.
Yeah, I don't take it as a slight on me at all. I think he hit the TalkSport microphone. He doesn't want to talk to TalkSport. That's what it's clearly saying. He wasn't aggressive towards me at all. We expect the fight with Chris Eubank Jr. is going to be announced next week in Abu Dhabi around June the 3rd, we're hearing. It hasn't been fully confirmed yet by Eddie Hearn. It's going to be very controversial. Obviously, Conor's still very emotional about the situation. You know, he's in the third row of the VIPs, and you know, he probably just doesn't want to speak at the moment. We know that, you know, that privately he's been a bit disappointed by a lot of the criticism he's had on TalkSport, and I think that's all that's happened tonight. I went over, and as you heard me just say, you know, Conor, do you want to talk to us? And he knocked the microphone with his left hand. It wasn't an aggressive. I wasn't ducking a left hook or anything. He just slapped the microphone bulb, if you like, with TalkSport on it, as if to say, I don't really want to do this. I'm not interested right now.
Oh, it wasn't an aggressive, you know, just a slog guy.
Oh, God, that was hilarious.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Let me just say this on it, yeah, right? Look, if you think he's guilty or anyone, that's cool. That is cool, right? But here's the thing. The man is a kid, and he has a wife, and he has a finite time to earn money as a boxer. And if he's boxing out of the jurisdiction of the board, and it's got nothing to do with them, they have no right to be going up to state commissions outside of their jurisdiction saying that you don't want him to box, because that is basically a constraint of what he can earn. And I ain't feeling. And there's some people who support that, but that's wrong. That's wrong.
They're going above and
beyond. Go out there and sell crack? That's wrong.
Yeah, they're going above and beyond on that bit. But go ahead.
Hey, so I mean, the gist of your criticism is not necessarily the cheating. It's just the uneven hand that seems to get dealt to certain fighters. The bottom line is all the groups, everybody you mentioned is a cheater. The thing with Tate is, like, to be honest, he's probably irrelevant on the world stage, so they probably don't care about even who he was fighting, even if it's domestic. But like I said, it's just like you know, the hand is uneven. But at the end of the day, they're all fucking cheaters. And so the problem is, it's not a matter of me knowing where or not somebody, you know, like, we know exactly what you take that for. He got caught. But the thing that the criticism is, well, these other guys got caught and got the fight. So what do you feel? Why was the rules different for him compared to them?
Well, I'll tell you why, right? Because basically the British Boxing Board of Control, they went public with their newsletter, with the letterheading on the letter saying, we are not letting this contest go ahead because for the good of boxing. They didn't say because Conor, right, was taking anything. Right? They just stopped the bout, right? And then 2 hours later, the Mole went to the Daily Express and said, yo, Conor Benn's failed the test, right? Basically, they did that to save their own skin because they held on to the information for 5 weeks. They could have stopped the contest. They had the information there. They held it for 5 weeks.
Yeah, they did.
You know what I mean? Like, listen, it's a shambles. Look, whether he's guilty, it's a total shambles, man. And like Talk Sport, right? Sorry, Shan, right? Talk Sport are making 10 videos a day on Conor Benn, and it's for popularity. It's not because they care about anyone popping dirty in the sport.
Sorry, Lord, I don't condone violence, but Gareth was wearing Ugg when I first met him.
Hey, shout out to Rico, my man. What's up? You always be on Twitter doing the spaces, man. Shout out to Rico. Man, he's a good dude.
Beats, I know what you're saying though, but are you not acknowledging that basically you're more acknowledging that the treatment of Conor Benn, but are you not acknowledging that the facts are in that he popped dirty?
Well, he may well have done. He may well have did. Like he's not a saint. He won't be the first boxer.
No, I know, but we can't. I mean, if some people if any boxer pops dirty, who cares? Like, they don't care. Across the board, consistently, they're like, we don't care. But some people care.
Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Who cares about it?
I don't know. Some people care.
No one cares. I mean, no one cares. No one cares about it.
Like you said, they nearly killed someone. It's not a good look,
but nobody cares about Jason Cunningham. Nobody cares about that.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, I'm sure there's people that across the board just think Tete's a piece of shit. But like KOK said, he's just not on that world level, on the world level. Like, everybody's eyes on him.
He doesn't have that notoriety, so that's why nobody really cares.
People care that that he popped dirty. Like, what we have to do is it's innocent until proven guilty. But I mean, he's guilty because he has to prove his innocence. The substance was in his body, and that was that. I'm not saying they should trail him down and where he wants to fight, not on the under the triple BC. No, they shouldn't be doing that. But at the end of the day, Beats, he popped dirty, and
that's fair enough. Okay, all right. That's fair enough, Chad. But here's the thing, right? He's popped dirty, right? But the UCAD didn't pop him for a start.
No, UCAD didn't.
And the British Boxing Board of Control said they don't acknowledge VADA findings. So why are they going on with all that if you don't acknowledge their findings, right? And secondly, if he popped out of your jurisdiction, why are you trying to stop him getting money?
Why did they turn around all of a sudden? Because they said we don't acknowledge VADA. So what's made them like now?
Because they're digging a ditch for themselves.
Yeah.
Trying to cover their bullcrap. They're digging a ditch.
Because they knew they were sitting on it for 5 weeks.
Yeah. They're digging a ditch for themselves, basically.
So how does this... So basically, this 270-page dossier, I'm sick of hearing about, it must show that there isn't really a way to clear him, or it's too much.
It cleared him in the WBC. It made it, even if it didn't clear it, it made him eligible to fight. He's eligible to fight for a WBC belt.
Will he be ranked with the? Is he still ranked?
Yeah, he's ranked number 7 by the WBC. He's ranked.
Yeah, I know. Is he ranked by other of the WBA? They followed suit and you can still be ranked over here.
I don't know. Listen. If Eddie flashes the sanction fee cash to them, I mean, you'll soon see if he's ranked or not. Yeah, it's all about money as well. Like listen, June the 3rd, he's going to be fighting anyway in Abu Dhabi. Yeah. The show goes on. Like Canelo he done a whole press conference. Canelo had lawyers, doctors, media, this, that, and that, the sanctioning body in there. And like he had a hair follicle test, which is not admissible by the WBC. And then they changed the amount of dosage of how much clenbuterol you need to resolve it. That's just, listen, if you have money and power, you're not going to stop. You're not going to stop
anything.
Listen, if Conor Benn and Eubank can do 2 million pay-per-view buys, let's say, I'm not saying it will, but say if it can do 1 million pay-per-view buys, right, and sell out whatever arena in Abu Dhabi, the fight will go ahead. And that's that. Nothing's going to stop it because money and power corrupts, right? Money and power corrupts, basically. That's all it is, right? Look at Tyson Fury. When Frank Warren had him signed, he knew that he didn't have no one else who could make him money.
Yeah.
Right? So he came to an agreement. When have you seen a backdated ban in boxing? He got a retrospective ban.
Backdated a year.
Right. That's crookery, right? That's crookery.
So, all right. So just say if Conor is he's not going to present the dossier, and he's just going to continue with his career. Do you have any acceptance that you're just like, all right, he popped dirty and we're moving along, or are you? Because Conor Benn saying it was never in his system. That's the mad thing that I can't.
Look, if he's guilty, he's guilty. Like, listen, he's not going to be the first or last boxer to pop dirty. You know what I mean?
No, you won't.
And if that boxer is a commodity, the promoter and the networks who are involved with him are going to do whatever they can to get him in the ring so he can make money. And that's Conor Benn.
Yeah. AJ, KOK, your take on that? Because I know KOK hates drug cheats. Oh yeah, AJ said he'd be right. KOK, go ahead.
I've spoken on before. The thing about I think, like I said, Beats frustration is just like it's inconsistent, but it's a reflection of what boxing is right now. Boxing is inconsistent with everything, so I'm not surprised. It is what it is, but at the same time, it's like, these guys aren't trying to do stuff. Like my thing with Conor Benn, like I said, is the same way. Like I give him the same type of heat I gave Big Pharma. So I mean, it's the same thing to me. It's like you got caught, and just because they dropped the hammer on you, hey, it sucks. That's the game you play. Because at the same time, you got messed around, hurt somebody for real, or somebody you trying to make feel like it's just like, dude, like the type of cheating you're doing, Ivo broke it down. The type of cheating you're doing is definitely like beat people on skill, like beat people on hard work. It's like nobody wants to do the work anymore. Everybody wants to take a shortcut. And it's like at the end of the day, it's just like like I said, like the sport's already dying. So there's just another issue. So I'm not surprised by anything. And at the end of the day, who cares? I don't care if he fights again. I don't care if he figures it out. I don't care if he's irritated. I don't care if or did this, because it's always inconsistent. The money flows where it flows and things get done, things get swept under the rug, and then the fans exacerbate it later on because then they act like it never existed. And one point that people need to understand, just because you like if you take steroids at some point in your career of life, the benefits you receive from that just don't go away because you stop. So I don't like cheats, and like if you could have a definitive answer, maybe a second time you get caught, but even then, who knows? And just banning by it's up to you to prove that you didn't do something wrong. And when you got something in your system that there's no way in nature you could have put it in your system, then it is what it is. You got treated differently, then so be it. But bro, you talked a lot of shit. You talked about this, that, and third. You got your manager out there. Like maybe Eddie Hearn and him should have had a conversation before Eddie Hearn was out here talking about how great Vada was. So it is what it is,
Beats, rebut.
No rebut, man. Everyone, like, I've got my take on it. Everyone's got their take. Like, no rebut. I like watching Conor Benn fight. So I hopefully see him in the ring. And the only critique I've got, I just want him to stop fighting old men. I want to see him fight some ranked contenders.
Yeah, so let's talk about that because it looks like he's going to be fighting Eubank Jr. then, isn't it?
Yeah.
And not Manny Pacquiao, and not
It'll be at 160 though. It'll be at 160.
What you mean? He's fighting Eubank? Like that fight still happening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we just going?
Hang on, your internet's leaving the building. Go again. Say that again.
Oh my bad. Are we just going to pretend like he didn't just get knocked out? Like what are we doing?
I thought he was doing the rematch with Liam Beefy, but
no, he's not taking that fight. No, he's not taking. There's no money in that fight. The money's with Conor. The money's in the Conor Benn. Remember, it's the two old men. Like, look, you'd have to be in Britain from the 80s watching Conor Benn, Nigel Benn, and Eubank knock it out, man, and the rivalry between him, Ben, and Watson. In America, the fight don't mean shit. In the UK, it's a huge fight. It's big business. It is what it is.
So yeah, so I heard that's supposed to be announced next week.
Yeah, more than likely. Yeah, more than likely. June the 3rd. Yeah, yeah.
Don't that blow your mind that this big controversies happened because of this and that, and they're just like, okay, we're just making the fight now again.
So
like,
what should that? So what? All right, to all the people who fight, should we bring him out on terrestrial television at 5 o'clock and shoot him in his head?
I would have thought that they
the solution?
done that fight, but a big Conor rebuilt him with some other eligible fights, and then touched back that fight after.
Why? Where's that in the law? That's called remorse. You know, people don't have remorse in this world. Business is business. You do what you can get away. It's legal. It's legal money. Why does he have to show remorse to anyone, to Gareth A. Davis or me or anyone? Why?
No, PR wise, I just thought it was mad that's like AJ. All right, that's like Baby Miller. Big Baby Miller popping dirty with AJ when they was going to do their fight, and then all the fights called off or whatever, and then he comes back and the next fight available that they do is them again. Right, it's just
he blew his money. He blew his shot. He wasn't AJ was the commodity. He blew his shot. Yeah, he didn't bring nothing to the table. When AJ was undefeated at the time, right? He could have fought his right hand shoot and sold out wherever. He didn't need Miller. But Conor and Chris, they both add to the mix.
Yes, wild. I was thinking that they'd be so far removed from even approaching that fight. Like, so far, like, nah, they can't do that. Look what happened. The catch weight business was getting.
No, it's going to be at 160. It's going to be at 160.
160. Then you had Nigel Benn that was, going loopy over.
It won't be at 157 this time. It will be at 160. It's not going to be at 157. It's going to be at 160.
I know, but all I'm saying is the dust hasn't even settled, and it's like you had the dad going off on everybody. I'm not saying rightly or not rightly so. He was going off on everybody. Him and Chris Eubank, his son fell out. Then,
he's a grown man. He don't need his dad to make his own decisions.
That sour milk.
Some of the steam come off the fight at all?
Huh?
If some of the steam come off the fight at least a little bit, it was pretty exciting.
What steam? Why?
Because Eubank just got knocked out.
Yeah, he's a middleweight though, and Conor Benn's a welterweight.
Man, I guess.
Still interesting. Yeah.
And that's what boxing's becoming, the sideshow, but it's not as entertaining as wrestling. They don't got good scripts.
It's not a sideshow, it's a legit fight. It's a legit fight. Like, he got beaten. It's not a world title fight. It's a normal fight. It's not like he got knocked out and he's going into a world title fight. He's going into another 10-round contest or 12-round for whatever belt. It's not for no sanctioning belt. Why shouldn't it happen?
And the outcome, if Chris Eubank loses, he'd be all right to lose because he'll just retire, won't he?
Yeah, probably. If he gets beaten up like he did last time. Because last time, the Liverpool boy had him up properly. He was banging him up, innit? The Liverpool boy was banging him up.
He got a bit of there, boy. Yeah, I think it's time for him. Yeah, he probably it makes sense for him, financial sense. Let me just do this. I got beaten up the last fight before coming off a loss. If I lose again, I can just retire with my money. It's like, it's supposed to be about $3 million.
They want to fight middleweight contenders, so let them fight. Eubank, he messed around and fought Liam Smith. He could have been on a world title fight. Let's face it. If he really pushed the issue, he could have been. And he went and fought Liam Smith because he thought it would be easy money, and he got banged up.
Yeah.
So right now he's going to cash out. Yeah, cash out. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, anyway, I know you're high on Chris Eubank Jr. I never was. I think he's a massive underachiever. He could have done way better than what he's done with his career. Not because he's got the.
I'm not high. I just support him because of his dad. The
talent. Yeah, he's got some amount of talent to be able to do it, but bouncing to different promotional companies, training himself, he just done himself just a huge disservice out of his whole career. To be honest,
I didn't think he was going to beat him up the way he did. That I thought he was going to beat Liam.
No, neither did I. I thought he was going to beat. I thought he was going to.
You gave him the hand.
Did you did the prediction right? Did you not do the prediction that Beefy was going to win?
I predicted Eubank to win.
Oh yeah, me too. And I see people predicting Beefy, and I was like, they're crazy. Eubank's got this. Eubank's got, and the what? I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe. I was just like, yeah, he got duckied.
Yeah, he caught the hands. He caught the hands bad. He caught the hands.
What?
Yeah.
I just feel that. I feel that because of, you know what I feel in a bit, and I'm not here to make excuses, but I just feel that, you know, coming out of that Conor Benn thing and his dad and him having that big fallout, and he didn't really have a trainer. He was training himself for that fight.
Who, Chris?
Yeah. He trained himself for that fight. He didn't have a trainer. It's just, doing a madness. Just doing mad stuff, man.
He was going to try and get his dad in. I think he would have probably bought Roy in if because Senior weren't going to have nothing to do. He would have probably bought Roy. And like, who's the other guy who used to train?
No, for the Beefy fight, he trained himself. He trained himself for the Beefy fight. He didn't have a trainer. He did. Obviously, Roy wasn't going to do the Conor Benn fight. Yeah, so he was going to have his dad, but obviously they fell out or whatever. But for the Beefy fight, moving forward for the Beefy fight, he had no one. Did he?
Ronnie. What about Ronnie? He would have had Ronnie in it.
Did he have Ronnie? No, he didn't. He had no one.
No, he had Ronnie, man. He had Ronnie there, man. Ronnie. Yeah, of course he had Ronnie. Ronnie Davis. He got Ronnie. Yeah, man, he might run in there, man. Even if it's just to give him the water. He had Ronnie there, man. Ronnie Davis.
Yeah, but Ronnie
give him the water.
Just gave him the water though. But I mean, he didn't have an official trainer for that camp. I remember he didn't have an official trainer. This is what I don't know.
No, he didn't, and that was bad.
Yeah, he didn't. I talked about it, didn't I?
I think Eubanks missed out on a bunch of, like, if he had grew up in the dirt, he could have been a way better fighter than he turned out to be.
I don't know what's wrong with him. He's just let me do this super
He's
chat.
eccentric.
Yeah,
he's Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. without the pink shorts.
Yeah, he's eccentric. He's very eccentric.
Like his dad, isn't it? But in a modern way. But he is eccentric. But let me do this super chat. Shouts out to Modern King Boxing for dropping that $2 on your back. Thanks a lot.
You know his dad is trolling though, yeah? You know his dad, he trolls the public.
Troll? Who? Chris Eubank Sr.?
Yeah. Because when he first started boxing, right, he was with, was it something, Keith Miles, right? A businessman. And they had this big dude to introduce him because he was fighting in New York. So when he come to England, they made this kind of like press conference to try and attract promoters, and no one turned up, and there was all this dude here. And they said he was wearing Afrocentric gear, and at the time he was speaking in a ghetto American accent, and he was saying, I'm not used to all these white people and this and that. He was totally different. He adopted all that monocle, all that posh language to troll and get money and attention, and it worked.
It worked. But are you trying to say that that's not really him? Like, he doesn't like.
It's him because he puts everything into it. It's him now. It is him now. But initially, no, he's from Peckham, bro. You know Peckham. He's from Peckham. He's a road man from Peckham.
When I heard him bust the patois on The Fight Is Right, my God, Masood Farman, yeah? I was like, rah! I was like, what? Like, because I've never heard him speak patois in his whole career.
Yeah, he's a road man. Chris is a road man from Peckham.
Road. I just remember his mum. Remember his mum used to come in the ring after he used to get his mum in. And I used to say, his mum's a yardie. You could tell, like, I was like, yeah.
When he left Peckham, he was in the South Bronx. He was in the hood. That's all he knows. He's just like me and you. Yeah.
Just come true with that. Let me troll with this, and then it worked, and it started.
He needs to see what it was for black athletes in Britain, right? You needed a little shtick to get yourself the extra attention, and that's what he used, right? Is the monocle and thing. He was trolling people.
That was a mazza,
and it worked beautifully.
It did work. Who did you like better out of him and Nigel? Because in our household, we appreciated both of them, but I mean, I couldn't stand Chris Eubank.
I like both of them. I liked him, Watson, and I liked all three.
I couldn't stand it. I just thought, because remember, I'm coming from a perspective like, what's he doing with all this stupid? But he grew on me after what? After a while, he did grow on me, and but I just thought, you twat, what is this about? Like,
listen, Eubank Senior is a G. He went into Germany, right, against Rocchiagiani, right? Hostile, packed out arena or whatever it was, and they were just doing all of, and you saw it, he just arrogantly looking at everybody, man, and went and outboxed the troll.
Flare out,
troll.
Yeah, and just look around and be like that, and that poise, that posture that he used to stand up in and be like,
Junior could never be senior. Junior could never be senior.
No, never. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and I think that Chris Senior is slightly a bit.
He's a one-off.
Yeah, you can't remake that again, and even Nigel Benn, you can't remake.
They're one-offs, man.
They're one-offs. But out of all, so with Errol Spence saying about the juicing, that's what I wanted to ask you. Nigel Benn's never been popped dirty, because I was like, to my knowledge, he's never popped dirty, has he? I mean,
listen, Errol Spence is going off McClellan's old brought down trainer with the Admiral hat, Stan Johnson, saying that he went in the ring and go pick up blood off the sweaty, bloody canvas and got it tested. Lie.
Really?
Errol Spence is full of crap, bruh. Errol Spence is full of crap.
So I was like,
yeah. I said,
so he picked up blood off the canvas.
Pull up the receipt when Nigel Benn tested positive for it. Pull up the receipt.
I couldn't find one. That's what I was like.
There isn't one. You know what it is? They can't stand it that a Brit broke up. Listen, McClellan was the most dangerous fighter in the sport, right?
Yeah.
The most dangerous. Right? Roy Jones, legend. He wouldn't fight him. He wasn't fighting him.
Yeah.
They bought him. Listen, Ben went the distance. 3 fights on the trot. Eubank, Wharton, and is it Jimenez? 3 fights on the bounce, and they thought he was finished, right? And that's why they took the fight with him. And then come out England and get broke up, bro. And then Ben can't take it. So they're trying to say Ben took steroids. He didn't take no steroid. He beat him up. Beat him up.
Yeah.
Beat him up. And that's why you see in the post fight, Ben said, you brought him over here to bash me up, didn't you? You brought him over here to bash me up.
Yeah.
That's what he did. He was a sacrifice.
Terry McClellan, he had bombs in their man.
Listen, McClellan had 14 knockouts consecutively before he fought Ben. He knocked out Julian Jackson twice. Mugabe, he was destroying everything.
Yeah.
And they come up short. And they're trying to say he used steroids. Come on, it's when Fury beat him up.
Yeah.
Like, make all excuse. Come on, man. Take your L, man.
Take your L and keep it pushing, isn't it? Unless you've got some kind of receipts, just be quiet, innit? Because you've got to do with.
How many times do our boys over here have to take beatings from Americans? We don't make no excuses. You just take the L.
Keep it pushing, innit?
Take the L, take the L.
Yeah, it's true. That's facts and data. You ain't got the receipts.
Make excuses.
Yeah, we're not on that. Yeah.
I have opinions just like anyone else. You got opinions. But unlike what you're doing is I bring facts, data, statistics, things you can go look up yourself.
Kaboom. That's out to R.I.P. Kevin Samuel. It's true, man. He ain't got no receipts, man. Just take your
All hell Nigel Benn. All hell Nigel Benn, bruh. Original British boxing legend.
It's true. And Chris Eubank Sr.
But Ben, listen, Ben, right? Ben went over there. He knocked out Doug DeWitt for the WBO title. He beat up Iran Bartley in 1 round over there.
Oh yeah, I remember that fight. I remember his fight with Barkley. That was a good fight.
Don't rap with Nigel Benn and try and slander his name. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, yeah. Because you could have got brought to court for that. That's a defamation of character. Just even tweeting that. You can. That's defamatory.
Of course it
There's
is.
never been any case of that. So you can't just be coming out willy-nilly like that on Twitter talking about yo cheat just like yo daddy.
By the way, Beats, could I ask you a couple questions?
No problem.
A couple fantasy matchups I want to get your opinion on. The first is Mike McCallum versus Tommy Hearns. Who do you think would have won that?
Oh man, fantasy matchups. I don't know, bro.
With who did you say?
Mike McCallum versus Tommy Hearns.
I don't know.
That's your okay. All right.
What do you think, okay? You like them fantasy matchup things?
I don't mind them, but it's like I don't mind them, but it's two great fighters. Anything. I'd have to study it and break it down, man.
Yeah, anything. Yeah, go deep with that. Yeah, you have to. Yeah, we'll fight. We've got fantasy matchups now. So, I'm just trying to think what else was in the news other than that was it. I've just got it on my thingy. Did you watch it, Beats? Robeisy and Dogboe.
Yeah, I did watch it. Yeah. It was a very good fight, man. Like Robeisy, very technically, like sound, obviously, and he could probably go up to junior lightweight. I mean, to junior feather and lightweight, and handle himself. Dogboe didn't like the decision.
What is he? He's featherweight. They're featherweight.
Featherweight, yeah. Feather. Was it WBL featherweight?
It was, for the vacant belt.
Yeah. It was a good fight, man. Like, he shook Robeisy up a few times. He actually fought better this time around. He had Hunter. What's his name? Hunter in the corner. He's a good trainer.
I don't know. I'm not.
He used to train Lamont and Peterson. He used to train.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Lisa Bell's Hunter. Something Hunter. He's a good trainer. I like him.
Yeah, Lisa will put it in.
He done a lot better than what I thought. He did. You know what I mean? But
it was split decision, wasn't it?
The problem was
Barry Hunter. That's it. Yeah.
Barry Hunter. The problem was, right? He couldn't pin Robeisy on the ropes for no period to make it count. He couldn't. My guy was too slippery, and like he was just popping them counters on him, and he sealed it off in the last round because my guy rushed in. He was desperate. He rushed in and done the Matador move. Yeah, dropped him with the left and sealed the win. It was a good win. I like the way.
How many times did Robeisy drop him? Was it in the 12th? I know
in the 12th. In the 12th.
Oh, it's only once. Yeah. He started. Dogboe started to get desperate.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Coming in with some swooping hooks.
And he even tried to fight southpaw. Even tried to go southpaw. Losing battle. But it was a decent contest, man. It was a decent. I didn't see the rest of the card though. I only saw that one.
Yeah, I saw. I saw some other. No, there was some other. I saw bits as I was getting ready. Some fights. There was some decent fights. There was some these. I forget who they was. These two geezers. They was in the pocket. They never.
You talking about Joet Gonzalez?
Yeah.
Yep.
Bang, bang, bang. It looked like it was wild. Like it was 12 rounds. It went the distance, didn't it, AJ?
It did, yeah. Joet's he's never in boring fights. I like Joet. He's a good fighter.
Who did he fight? Who was the other geezer?
I'm not sure the name, but it was another Mexican guy. But they traded the whole time damn near.
That was a fucking fight. They stayed in the pocket the entire way from round 1 to round 12. I've never seen. I know the Mexicans, they can just bang it out like that, but they didn't even take a breather. Like they didn't even.
Honestly, not so sure Joet won that. If I'm being honest. So
I didn't see the decision, actual decision, because I had to come on. We was doing live. So I didn't see the decision at all. So I was like, I just remember watching it. Like I was getting ready. I was like, they are banging it out in the pocket. But Robeisy and Dogboe, I felt sorry for Dogboe though, because he put a lot of heart into that fight. He did. He put a lot, but
he put
also
everything into it. He put everything into it.
Where does he go? Like now?
Well, he actually fought okay. You know, I don't think it's over.
Yeah.
For him. Actually,
That's why he shouldn't retire. He can keep going. Yeah, because he put a great account of himself.
As a matter of fact, he fought Joet Gonzalez too, and I'm not so sure he won that fight. If I'm being honest. I mean,
who Gonzalez or
the Dogboe? The Dogboe fought Joet Gonzalez.
Yeah, he did. He fought Joet. Yeah.
And what? He got the win.
Yeah, he did by I think split decision again, or just it was close. I'm not sure he beat Joet honestly as well.
That fight. Yeah, I like him though.
He's cool. I mean, he's an entertainer. He's good. He's a decent fighter, but it's just
he started to get inaccurate as the fight went along. Started to like chase Robeisy around the ring. He just was literally doing like 360s. It was like swooping.
Yeah.
You expend a lot of energy doing all of that. Do you know what I mean? His fundamentals I mean, he's not really the most fundamentally sound geezer like that anyway. But I mean, what fundamentals were there? They left the field dizzy. They weren't there. Like but
he's up against one of the top Cubans, man. Like you know,
Isn't he Robeisy a 2-time gold medalist?
Yeah, and he rocked it. He rocked him. Yep. He did rock Robeisy. Did rock him, push him back.
He beat Shakur in the amateurs. I remember. Yeah. Made him cry.
Yeah, he's the one that beat Shakur. Yeah, he's a gatekeeper. Dogboe is a gatekeeper.
No, well, he's a fringe contender, gatekeeper. Fringe contender, still fringe contender.
Oh, this is what I wanted. Edward on actually, maybe his internet. Oh no, actually, sorry, his message.
I'd say maybe if he loses maybe 2 more times, we could probably put him in gatekeeper status, maybe. Because he's only got like 3 losses, I think, right now, right?
He was saying that Jermaine Franklin's a gatekeeper. Oh, he's not, is he? Police told me Jermaine Franklin is not. That doesn't make you a gatekeeper.
We'll have to see, man. Like, let's see what he does next fight. Like, if they can build him up, put a little run together. And
he's 29.
Incredible contenders. Yeah, he's still got a bit of youth. Yeah.
We don't know if we don't know if he could be built up to like at least fringe world and see if he. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't. Yeah, but you know what? Now saying that, I'm going to do a heavyweight show. I don't know where you'd actually put him in. If I know he's ranked at number 35, but. You could put a lot of heavyweights. Who does Jermaine Franklin beat, really? Like, who does he beat? Because this is a thing.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Who does he?
Like I say, man, with boxing these days, we need to see more fights. Like, you know, let's see him fight some more ranked guys, and we can actually see what AJ's performance really was and Dillian's performance. That's what it's all about, you know? It'd be good. It'd be good if you could get another fight against someone top 10, top 15, just to test them out. I wouldn't mind seeing him take on a Fabio Wardley or something like that.
Furthermore, Fabio Wardley. That's where we can hit
fight for him.
Give it a chop up with Fabio Wardley. It's a weekly wrap-up chickadee show. Yeah, Fabio Wardley. Yeah, that premature stoppage.
How about Jermaine? Put Jermaine in with Fabio. I like that.
Talk about his fight.
Oh, very. Howard Bloody Foster, man. He's a joke.
That's what I did say. I was like, Howard Foster. I was like, I said it in AJ. I was like, no, I don't like this ref.
And it was a good fight as well, you know. It was a really good fight. Like, they were both thinking about it, feinting, you know, throwing a jab, trying to work their openings. You know, like, Coffey was trying to do some defense and counters and, you know, like, nah, man, it was a good fight, man. Fabio was looking for his openings. That overhand right looked dangerous. It was a good fight, and he stopped it for no reason. What? Okay. He's taking a little stick on the. He's a 6'5" guy, built like a tank, and he takes a couple of punches and you stop it. What is this?
Well, yeah. Well, there wasn't much of a reply. He looked like he was happy for it to be stopped, to be fair.
No. It was a bad stoppage.
It was a bad stoppage. Afterwards, he did.
He was outraged. He was like, "What the hell?" Right when it happened.
He was afterwards, yeah, he did actually. Yeah, he did make up a bit of noise, but he didn't reply though.
Yeah, because he was shelling up the shots, and a lot of them he blocked and weaved.
Yeah,
and I told you, it reminded me of the Hasim Robin Tua stoppage.
Yeah, that was a joke. Yeah, that was a joke. Like, Rock's pissed off to this day about that. That was a joke. I mean, what we do with Fabio Wardley, because I like Fabio, good old guest of the show. I like him to come back actually, but I like Fabio. And they're talking about him with David Adeyemi, yeah. He washes David Adeyemi, in my opinion. He washes him.
Adeyemi should go and rematch the journeyman Sokolowski. Who beat him. That's what you should.
Who beat him in that 5-rounder.
Yeah. That's how I first found out about David Adeyemi. I never heard of him before that.
That was such a robbery. I was pissed off because I like Sokolowski. I was like, listen, just because he's a journeyman, don't mean you rob him. Yeah.
I mean, if he got the win, give him the decision. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When they was building him up, innit? They didn't want that embarrassment that he lost to. Yeah. You know,
because the thing is this: you could give him a gift over journey, but that's not helping him because further along the line he's going to be tested and he's going to get found out by somebody.
Yeah, David Adeyemi ain't it? I'm telling you, I ain't seen anything in him thus far that makes me excited.
I'd love to see the Fraser Clark fight though. Between Fraser Clark and Wardley would be good too. That'd be good.
Fraser Clark and Wardley. Fraser Clark, I'm not high on either.
He hasn't impressed, does he?
He ain't impressed me. He ain't delivered nothing. Every minute.
Because Chan, like...
He makes Joe Joyce look fast. Rough. He does. Go ahead, AJ.
Sorry. I just want to get this out there.
Jump in go ahead.
So, I mean, one example of this is why you shouldn't give gifts to. I mean, well, not gifts, or you shouldn't just prematurely stop fights, is because Brock Jarvis, I think he's on Matchroom. He's an Australian fighter, and he was on the Mikey Garcia undercard. And I'm adamant that I saw that fight, and I believe it was stopped. It should have been stopped. He should have got stopped in the first round because he was literally out on his feet. But then, like, he worked his way back into the fight, then the ref prematurely stopped that fight. His next fight, he goes in there with Liam Parle and gets knocked out in a round.
Yeah, because this is what happens. You're not letting them actually be real, true to themselves. You
can only protect them for so long, man. You can only protect people for so long.
Just let David Adeyemi get
let people take their
Let them take their L. Because we said it. We did say that Fabio Wardley. I said Fabio Wardley a couple of months ago. I said he should fight David Adeyemi, and then I was like, but isn't Fabio Wardley a bit, above Adeyemi? And then now it's all come to fruition, so they can fight for the British title. It will be for, right?
Yeah, well, the board haven't mandated it yet, so it'll be voluntary at the moment. They haven't mandated it.
Voluntary.
Yeah.
Fabio, just wash him. Just wash Frank's fucking and hang him out to dry, and then let him know, it's because I don't believe, like you said, anyone can. There's punches chances, but nah. Fabio Wardley, and what about with Fraser Clark? Fabio Wardley, Clark.
Not bad.
I just have to go with Fabio Wardley. Clark ain't shown nothing.
I mean, Clark fought Bogdan Dino, right? And even though he won, somehow he managed to get his eye cut up against Bogdan Dino. How did he get your eye cut against this guy?
He's got that skin.
Yeah.
He's got that skin that if you fight him, the fight might get ended before the 4 rounds, or it's gonna. Yeah, it's just
when he fought the East African in the Olympics. I think the Moroccan guy, he was bleeding out the place like a hemophiliac, bro. Yeah. Seriously, he was just like, look, he's leaking. That's a
liability to have someone that's like that. Just always, you can just tap them and then their face peels off. Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
well, he's very cut prone. In other words,
yeah, very cut prone, thin skin, man. So I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with him. As you can see, they're all poaching off, and I see Beats talking about this, all poaching off of Eddie's. Now that Eddie's got Sky now, whatever the channel is, 4-2 something,
and Virgin Media, Sky and Virgin Media.
Has he got Virgin as well?
Yep, they got Virgin Media as well. AJ was on Virgin Media Saturday, and but didn't you see what happened over the weekend?
What?
They got Jack Catterall.
Yeah,
and Shannon Ryan from Boxer.
Jack Catterall and
Shannon Ryan from Boxer, and Sonny Edwards, obviously, but that's pro.
Yeah, Sonny Edwards.
Yeah, and he took back 2 fighters from Boxer. You know what I'm saying?
I love it because
and I hear they're pissed that Jack Catterall left. They're pissed.
Yeah, because they signed him after the robbery from Taylor. So they gave him a contract.
You see what Billy Joe Saunders, he leaked the conversations with Ben Shalom, saying that he's promising all these fighters a lot of shit.
Yeah.
He said he's not even caught for a potato. Yeah. And Jack Catterall requested his management, I want to be on Matchroom. I don't want to be here. I want to be on Matchroom.
What, off of the basis of that, you reckon? Or
no, because he couldn't. They couldn't make the Josh Taylor fight. They couldn't make the fight.
Yeah, they fucked him up. They've stalled him for what? For over a year now.
Yeah, they couldn't make the fight. Although it wasn't really their fault. Josh Taylor didn't want to fight, but
yeah, Josh Taylor's he's a duck. I don't care. Well, would you say he's a duck? He keeps coming up with these injuries. Is he just injury prone? To me, he just didn't ever want to do this rematch anyway. To be fair,
I agree. But he's fighting Teofimo Lopez. That's a tough fight, isn't it? Like that could go anywhere. I don't even know who's going to. I haven't broken that one down.
Yeah, because they're both. You don't know where Teofimo is at this moment either.
He's looked like shit ever since he got to 140. So
Yeah, and he's got the potential as well. Teofimo he's a really good boxer, but he's gone down. I don't know where he is. And then we've got who've you got for Haney and Loma?
I've got Devin, but I'm not going to write Loma off. But I've got Devin. Like Devin just looks he's too big, young,
fresh.
Yeah, it's a difficult fight for Loma. If Loma wins, he's going to have to battle through some. There's no. I've heard people say, "Oh, Loma's going to outclass him." No. It's going to take a struggle for Loma to get the W. Not saying he can't do it, but
it's going to be a chess match.
He outclasses Devin. It just doesn't happen.
It'll be more chess, wouldn't it?
Yeah. What the thing is, Devin is so much bigger than him, and just on spacing alone, and Devin is very good at spacing. He's good at doubling up the jab, and that's what you need to do against Lomachenko.
He's good at doubling and tripling.
Yeah,
the
that's
jab.
right. That's right.
Yeah, but Loma's got to just. That's when you're gonna have to pull out your Matrix style for real. If you want to try and angle off and try out you're gonna have to use them angles to try and get in the inside, mate, to get off any. Because Loma's tiny.
Tiny compared to Devin. He's tiny. It's a good fight though. It's a good
His
fight.
Loma's legs are still a featherweight.
Yeah, he's tiny. Did you see him when he was standing next to AJ at the Usyk fight? He looked like a child.
Yeah, he did.
He looked like a fucking child. I watched the presser. The presser was good. Bill Haney was, you ran everywhere here, there, and everywhere. And Loma was like, yes, I wait. With his little munchkin voice. He sounds like one of the munchkins from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Taras. Got a proper munchkin. It's funny how they make men that little.
I still think Loma's the bigger puncher, though, out of the two. What do y'all think?
Yeah, 30-pounders.
What, 135?
Yeah, lightweight, yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, Loma's a heavy puncher. Yeah.
He is the bigger puncher, too.
He's got power, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
He has. But,
Probably, you're actually right. You're actually right. Probably is.
Yeah, he does got power.
I mean, because they have a common opponent, Jorge Linares, and that is the only guy who didn't stop him.
Linares did rock Devin a little piece, didn't he?
Yep.
But
Loma moved up to lightweight in his first fight, took off Linares and stopped him. So it's like, so
Yeah, but the thing, but that's very selective to take that from the fight. Like he was behind on points. Devin was never behind against Linares.
Oh no, he wasn't. Yeah.
No, never. It was near enough. Definitely near enough pitches out, shutouts.
And Loma was on the canvas himself, weren't he?
He did. He got dropped. That's true. He did.
Yep. Yeah, he did. So
I mean, but Devin was actually putting a lot of spite into his punches in that fight. I noticed he was actually trying to like just take it to Linares, but just couldn't. Yeah, you know.
I am looking forward to that fight. What are you looking forward? We're gonna say Tank. We'll talk about Tank Ryan, and we'll talk about Commey. Let's go with Commey first, and then we'll wrap with Tank Ryan. So Richard Commey, he got. Do you know what? I gave such a. I was like, he's got more. Who did he fight? Commey?
Jose Ramirez.
Ramirez. Yeah. I was like, it's more likely he's going to drop Ramirez, but I forgot. Commey's already been tapped up, man, and he's been dropped by Loma. I forgot, like his chin's all suspect. You've moved
Teo
up.
knocked him out in 2 rounds. So yeah.
Teo's not you, but you've moved up to 140. You've won one fight there. That's
no,
it.
he hasn't. He hasn't since he moved up. He hasn't. Commey's only had 2 fights. He moved up for Jose Pedraza. That fight was a draw, and this is the second fight.
Was that a draw with him and Pedraza?
That was. It was.
Oh yeah, did we call that fight? Did we? No, we just watched it on the group, didn't we? But we did watch that.
No, Chan, I don't think you went live for that one. Not the Pedraza Commey one. I don't think.
I didn't go live for that.
No.
No, but in the group, I think we.
Oh yeah, the group. Yeah, the group. Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. Shit. That was. So has he won any fights? Out of his last 3?
Nope, he hasn't. The Loma lost, the draw, now lost to Ramirez. Yeah.
Commey, right, is the result of fighting tough competition consistently. There are champions around the same weight who haven't been as hard as he has. And that's what used to happen to the old school fighters. After a time, you get burnt out.
You get burnt out. Champ and everything.
He's up there in age. I think he's like 36. I think so.
Yeah, but like he had the war with Robert. Adrian's fighter, what's his name? Robert
Easter.
Robert Easter. That was a war.
You
know, Beltran was a tough fight. It was a war.
He's been in wars, like you said. Yeah. And Loma dropped him as well. Yeah, it's true. I mean, he'd be more of a gatekeeper if he wants to keep fighting. He's just going to be. He's the gatekeeper.
Tim and Pedraza, they're gatekeepers now. I'd say they are. They are.
Pedraza at 140 now. He's there 140.
Yeah, he's been there for the last few fights. Yeah, he's been there for the last few fights.
He was big for the fucking 130. He was big for when did Tank fight him? 130 at 130.
Yep, 130 gave him his first loss. Took his unbeaten record. Yeah.
Jeez, yeah.
I think Tank's the only fighter to knock him out. Nobody has done so since.
Yeah. But now he's on the slide, and it's sad though. Yeah, but Commey, I don't know. It's either you hang him up or you just admit that you're just going to be a gatekeeper.
They're just passing him and Pedraza around like spliffs, man. At this point, you know, like
like spliffs, passing them around like, oh god, AJ. Yeah, well, shouts out to Commey though. He is a warrior. He is a warrior.
Passed around. Yeah, that's old school boxing. You know?
Plus, Pedraza's coming. He's coming off the loss to Arnold Barboza on points now too. So it's like they're just moving him around. Like
just moving them around. Let's just gauge with these two guys, and finally we've got Tank and Ryan Garcia. Weekly wrap-up Chickadee show. Tank and Ryan Garcia.
Chan, you know who I'm picking for that one. So I think we both agree.
Yeah. I want to see what Beat says on that. Beat, where are you going with this?
Tank.
Are you going with Tank?
If Ryan's trying to punch against the run of play, then he has I just don't think he's got the boxing IQ to beat Tank. I just don't see it. I don't see it.
Yeah, because Tank's boxing, like, Tank's got a high boxing IQ. Like
it's underrated, honestly, it is.
But I've got Ryan for some reason, you know.
You got Ryan, yeah?
Yeah,
me too.
Just edging it, not by miles, like 55-45 for Ryan.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think he's too big. He's a bit rangy. He's well rangy, but we've seen Tank spark out these geezers. And I'm just saying, but I have seen improvements under Goosen now. He does tuck the chin in. So if that, unless he reverts back to type, I said it. If he reverts back to type, that shit's out.
Is he actually training with Goosen? I heard somewhere he isn't training with Goosen.
Oh, what?
No, I've heard that.
Are they parted ways now?
Nope, not.
Not that.
I heard something about that.
Really? Oh, well, then, you know, well, if you're coming in and you don't know what's going on, so close to the fight. When's the fight?
April 22nd.
Yeah, you can't be changing trainers at this point. You can't. Well, then, if that's true, I would change my prediction to a
Me
Tank.
too. Yeah, I'm going Tank if that's true.
Yeah, if he has, I would change it to Tank.
You should have took his tune-up fight. Why didn't he take the tune-up fight? You have to be your best to fight something like Tank. Tank is a marksman. You need to be a therapist. He didn't take his tune-up.
Because I heard that Tank said if you take a tune-up fight, the fight's off.
Nah, Tank didn't say that. He said I don't need a tune-up.
Oh, God, Ryan.
Oh,
God. So I need to dive into. I need to go and look about if he's not trained by Goosen anymore.
Yeah, can you find out?
Oh God, yeah, that's just lame. These lot and these coach bounce arounds. It's so unstable. You ain't gonna.
It's not good. It's not good.
No, not. And Ryan, you might be getting clocked out, mate. Yeah, you might be getting. I just thought, just looking at their styles, right? Yeah, but also you have to look, AJ. We've seen Anthony Joshua have these problems, these little boxes. Tank is tiny compared to Ryan Garcia as well. He's tiny. So will the downward trajectory work? Will he be able to really get that left hook to the body with Tank? You know, he'll have to stoop down.
Javier Fortuna was around the same height, wasn't he? Yeah, he's pretty short guy.
Well,
yeah.
Like Ryan telegraphs a lot of his shots too. I mean, telegraphs shots.
He's got fast hands. He's got faster hands than Tank, though.
Yeah. I think his hand speed is kind of overcome his telegraph a bit.
He's got faster hands on the bag.
No, he's got fast in the ring.
What? See that combination he throws on the bag? Tell me when he's done that to an opponent. Never done that to no opponent.
And he got dropped by
Luke Campbell.
Yeah, Luke decked him.
That's why I said I edge it to him, but like, just say he is still with Goosen, I would still edge it to him because, I mean, Tank. Who has Tank fought? Who has he fought?
Lately, no one really. Lately, nobody really.
Yeah, but I mean, you fought Mario Barrios, who's the same kind of similar dimensions to Ryan Garcia. Yeah, you stopped him. It took you, 10 rounds or whatever. Mario Barrios ain't got the power that Ryan Garcia's got, and he ain't got the skill like what Ryan Garcia, as much as he ain't fought nobody, these two are both the same. They ain't fought anybody, but they're skillful. But how skillful are they if we ain't seen them really fight anybody? So it's like you can keep going round and round and round. Skillful, ain't fought nobody, but there's that, and then that cancels out how skillful you are because we really don't know. I don't know. I don't know where to place them two cats.
They both got the worst resumes for, like, if this is a super fight, these are two of the worst resumes going into a supposed super fight ever.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I'm concerned.
I mean, what's funny is I actually picked Luke Campbell to beat him when he fought Luke Campbell. He proved me wrong, so credit to him.
I think I predicted Ryan to win because Lukey at Step Up, he's always
false. I mean, but still, we didn't know really much about Ryan either at that point.
He wasn't a step up, but I picked Ryan to beat him then, and he did, but he's also got flawed. Oh, I don't know, man. Boxing beats. Sometimes I just lose the will to live.
Yeah.
This. Yeah, I'm just like, I can't bother to do no reports. I watch Uselots, like I let Uselots ones build up. I let it build up, and then I'm like, sometimes I get angry. I'm like, when's Beats? Why has he done one? And then look, he just did one an hour ago, Shan. Calm down. No, he needs to do another. And then sometimes Beats, I've said that, yeah. And then I've refreshed the page and it goes 2 minutes. You just posted. I'm like, God. Yeah, go on. Yeah, like, that's what I do. I just sit back and let them stack up sporting icons. I let them stack up as well. And I just watch them.
Same. I mean, honestly, like Chad, I can honestly say you Ring IQ and Beats, like that's a good night at work for me.
Ulysses as well.
Yeah.
And Jules
like,
as well.
I just listen to y'all on repeat throughout the night at work while I'm just doing my
yeah, no, I do. I'll just click through Julius's his breakdowns as well. Actually, yeah, those are the ones, and that's about it. Other than that, I can't be bothered. Like I'm just like the fight's on, the fight's not on. This one said that, this one didn't say that. That one did this one didn't do that. It's just like, I'm like, you know, I'd be like, hey guys. Every minute I used to be hey guying. I can't be bothered, especially when it comes to Tyson Fury. I just do one duppy and I just go. Because you know what, Beat? Sometimes I talk about other stuff and my audience don't even want to watch it. They don't care. So I'm just like, why am I? Yeah. They just got key people that they just want to watch. Like, like they want to watch anything to Tyson Fury, anything for the most part, AJ. But Tyson Fury is always at lead. It was Deontay Wilder, I don't even know, but sometimes still him. And those who else is it? Usyk, you know, with the Fury Usyk, that they want to hear about that. And other than that, that's about it. But they was interested in the David Benavidez. Oh yeah, let me get your take on that, Beat.
Benavidez. Yeah, he done okay, but like he was supposed to get this big knockout. He was threatening to hospitalize the guy, and he couldn't like Canelo not like. They're touting this guy as the must fight for Canelo, but you couldn't even floor him, and Canelo knocked him out. So
and floored him.
We don't need Canelo. I mean, Canelo don't need him on his resume at all.
Please get the fuck out of here, man. It's my night.
I mean, like,
hey, get the fuck out of here because I'm gonna fuck you out right now, motherfucker.
His dad shouting in the background.
Canelo talking the shit now, man. I learned a couple of Americans.
Nice, yeah. Canelo don't really need him, but I mean, Canelo has gone on record saying that he will fight him.
Yep, I believe him. I think he'll do it if he said so.
Saw him just looking not the greatest because that win, that was an unflattering win. Oh, am I too harsh? Am I being too harsh?
Next, man. John Ryder next gets his shot.
Oh my God, you don't lie for that, Beats. Yeah,
I might do.
I was thinking of it, and I was like, it'd be bad not to because Ryder's British, so you know.
Pay-per-view.
I've gone live when Canelo's fighting, you know, another American fighter. So
they making us pay for that over here?
Oh, you're not, are they?
It's free for us.
Is it free? Yeah, on the subscription, yeah.
Yeah, they're charging us. We gotta pay. We gotta pay.
For the Americans, they gotta pay. Yeah. For us, it's free.
Sounds good.
But it's gonna be. Ain't that gonna be mad late at night? Ain't that gonna be in the morning for us then?
Yeah.
Damn, what time is that gonna be at?
Oh, I don't know. What's
the difference with Mexico time to
like 5 hours?
Eastern time.
Yeah.
Guadalajara to Eastern time. I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty much. They could be. Hey Siri, how far behind in time is Mexico compared to the UK?
I found this on the web.
Tell me it now. 7 hours. We're 7 hours ahead.
7 hours.
Yeah, that's long. That's kind of like
that's further than Eastern. I'm only 5 behind Eastern time, isn't it?
Yeah, that's too like that's morning for us. Why? So like if the main event for them is at what, like 10 p.m.
10
5
p.m.
p.m.
We might be watching the 7 p.m. 7 a.m. You know?
Even I am as well, Pete.
Damn.
We'll leave that to Julius and them. Them lot are only 3 hours ahead of it.
No, well, I'll try and rearrange my sleep, get some rest because I want to go live.
I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I'm going live.
Yeah, going live.
They'll probably post a full fight the next day.
Yeah, going live is a mazza for me. Now I ain't doing that, fam. Yeah, I'll watch it for sure.
Yeah.
Like you said, we'll prepare. You know, schedule your day so you can sleep. But going live, I don't know. Like, coming on at doing
7
a.m. 6 a.m. Nah. And I can't. Shouts out to any UK content boxing creators.
I don't think there much UK channels go live.
I don't think they are. And that's why I think they've given it us free.
If John Ryder wins, you're gonna wish you had.
Yeah, what have you got? John Ryder's getting stopped.
No, he's gonna lose, of course. I mean, but I'm saying, but if he wins,
yeah, I know. But do you think he gets stopped, or is it on points? Stopped.
Kind of hard to say because he hasn't been stopped in a while.
He could do the distance, go the distance though.
It could go to distance, yeah. I mean, I don't know, man.
He's got a good pace. He's fought good opponents. I mean, do you know what I mean? But I mean,
the fight's going to be good for as long as it lasts, though. It's going to be good.
I think he's getting stopped. Let me just keep with my original. He's getting stopped.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know in time. I got to think more about it.
Yeah, he's getting stopped. Beats getting stopped or not?
He's under a lot of pressure, man. Like Guadalajara, like that crowd. If he's not intimidated by Canelo, he's got the crowd to deal with. But Tony Sims will have him prepared, man. He's very strong. He's technically pretty sound. Yeah. Good body puncher. Got a very powerful jab.
Yeah.
He's one of the most improved fighters in the sport.
Yeah. I don't know that.
I don't know if he gets stopped. I don't know. I don't know. I think he can take.
It's like got a good chin.
He takes a good shot too.
Yeah, I say he does. He's got a decent chin. He does. He hasn't been dropped a lot of times, has he?
Well, he's been stopped before. Like
yeah, you're right. Right. That was early on in his career, though, right?
Who stopped him?
Jack Arnfield, like domestic level, but that's how much he's improved.
Yeah, so
but that was a long time. That was a long time ago. That was years ago.
Yeah.
So it might just could go to a decision. You'd have to think about it and give it a style breakdown.
He lost to Nick Blackwell, Billy Joe Saunders on points.
Yeah,
that's years back, man. But
the Danny Jacobs one, he didn't win that.
No, he didn't win that.
No, you got to give.
That was a bad decision. I felt bad for Danny, man. I felt bad for him. Yeah.
So it happened with Danny when he didn't beat Rosado.
Rosado, yeah, we gave.
So, true. It's like karma a bit. Do you know what
goes
I mean?
around comes around.
What goes around comes around. But I'll have to see. But I'm definitely, guys, don't look to me. Nobody asks me. Nobody asks me about, Shannon, you going live? No, I'm not. I'm not for that. I'm going to watch it and we'll tweet on Twitter with my head scarf on.
Oh, no. Yeah, you're right, Shaunery. Arnfield didn't stop him. Blackwell stopped him, though. Blackwell stopped him.
Shaunery, that was a points loss. Ryder got stopped by Blackwell, yeah. Callum couldn't stop him. Yeah, and Callum, big lad as well, yeah. Yeah, so putting that into perspective, you got to put all that into perspective and think, can Canelo stop him then? Maybe. We'll see. But when's that fight again? Hang on, Cinco de Mayo, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so okay. Well, we've wrapped everything up. I want to thank Beats, you're amazing. Thank you for coming through for little old Channy. It's always a pleasure. You need to come. You can always come through whenever you want. Anyway, but I do intercept you. I do watch you guys sometimes chopping it up on Judas on the late night when I'm just eating some Watsits and chop it up and all of that. So it's all good. Thank you for coming on, Beats. Love you. Thank you so much.
Respect, Chan.
Yeah, and if you ain't subscribed to Beats, like that's a mazza. It's boxing beats and rhymes, with the OGs of British boxing YouTube in general. So yeah, shouts out and Beats. So you're on Twitter. What's it? Is it boxing beats and rhymes on Twitter?
Boxing beats and rhymes. Black Boxer. Yeah.
Black Boxer on Twitter, and that's where you go because we always be chopping it up on the Twitter as well. So shouts out. Thanks, Beats, for coming through.
Cool. Big up AJ. Big up Jan.
Big up.
Have a good evening.
And you as well, Beats. And I look forward to the video. See you later. Peace out.
Beat, shout out. Yep.
Boxing beats and rhymes is left the boot to see. I had a fun show, laid back, chilled. I'm quite tired today because you know why I tried to because we did a rewatch. Shouts out to us. We did a rewatch at 4 a.m. my time. And AJ was in the middle of the nap. I was like, we're doing a rewatch. Then he had to go to work. And AJ is a day behind us, more or less a day behind us. He's 8 hours behind him. So,
the Chan, when you hit me up, I was about to fall into just major nap mode, like literally, like
you wouldn't have heard that phone then if I did.
No. I mean, I just happened to like hear my phone vibrate. And I'm like, it's Chan. What's up? Like, oh snap! Then you said you wanted to do the rewatch. It's like, all right, I need to stay up anyways. I wasn't trying to go to take a nap, but I was, just for the sake of it. So
I know. Shouts out to Lisa Bells, the Queen as well, that came through as well, man. Yeah, we did that, and then I cooked breakfast. Straight after that, ate breakfast. Stayed up until probably about 9 a.m. and then I fell asleep until
took a little nappy nap.
Yeah. I went to bed properly after that rewatch at 9 a.m. And then I woke up at probably about 4:30 p.m. And then just been chilling since then. So usually if I wake up about 4:30 p.m. and then I'll be like, I'll have a bit more of a sleep and then I'll sleep and then I'll be back up being a night owl. But this time now I can literally just coast it through and probably go to bed. Now it's 12:30 and I could probably just go to sleep.
Wow.
Decent time. I know.
It's barely 4:30. It's barely 4:30 over here right now.
Daytime for you. It's tomorrow for us already. Yeah. And AJ, so I spoke to shouts out to Carlos Takam's management as well. I spoke to you. He'd be on the show next week.
Nice.
2:30 p.m. Pacific, 10:30 p.m. UK time. And AJ, yes, he's in the George Foreman and he plays. I was just talking to his manager that I'll show you.
Oh, he's in the movie.
He plays Joe Fraser for real.
What? Wow. Nice. Oh, I got to see that now. I got to go watch this movie now, man.
Yeah,
I really do.
Yeah. The release date.
It's funny. James Toney played him in the Ali movie with Will Smith.
Yeah. Now we've got great Carlos Takam playing him. That's fucking major.
Nice.
That's nice. Shouts out to Takam. So that comes out for you guys.
And what's the release date? I don't even know when it comes out.
Release date is. Hang on, sorry. Release date is April 26th.
Oh, that's right around the corner. Okay, couple weeks, 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, about 3 weeks time, and then so he's playing Joe Fraser. I've got some press bits. I'll do a report on it as well. I've got some press bits and stuff. So shouts out to Carlos Takam playing Joe Fraser in the George Foreman movie. I've seen the trailer as well. I'll send you the link to the trailer. I've seen the trailer as well.
Oh, me too. Yeah, I've seen it a bunch of times. Yeah.
Have you seen it? Yeah. I'm like,
they were showing it on DAZN. They were showing it on DAZN over the weekend on the Joshua Corp. So
so it's all good. So come and join us. If you want to be a member, you better get on in your membership, love, because that is for our members
only.
This is in the booth. I did that French in the booth. Because Carlos speaks French, so it's in the booth. Yeah. So if you want to be a Shannaholic, I know I have to sort out my Americans, but I've got some Hello Fresh coupons. I've got a few to give you. I need to check my emails. Just send me an email, give me your address, I'll send it to you. You can get a free Hello Fresh box and £10 off box number 2 and number 3 in the booties. Got to do something for the Americanos. I know it's UK specific only for that one. But we'll find something else. So I'll dive into my goodie bag and see what up though. So that's what's happening. If you want to join the membership, please go on to my main channel page and click join for the sake of a McDonald's Happy Meal. I think even a McDonald's Happy Meal costs just a bit more than my membership. So you go and do it and have a look. You get bang for your buck. We're going to be having a members only live as well, but we've got a guest that's coming on for this. This one's gonna be a crazy one as well. Like just to hear the points and the views of this next guest that's coming on the members only live. It's not shared by LadyChann or CHANN at all. but I want you guys to hear for the majority of it. Like, it's going to be a good one. So I've been working on that today. I think maybe that's why I'm tired, because I've been doing a lot. So it's all good. Shani can eat something, stuff her face, and go to bed, couldn't she? What up, William? In the booth. What's up? Ah, there you go. You finally committed to it, didn't you, Sean? So guess what? We give you the super chat. Shouts out to you for becoming a Shannaholic in the Buddhism. Because he's going to be on roll call now. Add you up, Sean Connor. Sean Connor, Conshawnery. I always remember the inception of your name, so yeah. Conshawnery. Yeah, we have fun over there. So okie dokes. Yeah. So yeah, we always have to play this just for the sake of it, innit?
Listos pe los chingazos. Listos pe los chingazos.
AJ likes that one. AJ finds that we found that one hilarious.
Listos pe los chingazos.
Longest one. That's just so funny. Shouts out to Caleb Plant, mate. But okay, but we want to see where. Let's
go, baby! Let's go!
And we've realised that Tyson Fury he's now officially ducked Alexander.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Y'all just a pumped up middleweight, pumped up middleweight, cruiserweight.
Sad. Greatest of all the era. Greatest, isn't it?
Hated it.
Yeah, he's not about anything. It's quite sad because we could have had a great fight.
Really could have.
Yeah.
Really
some people they ain't built for this at all, you know. But such is life. AJ all day. Tell them where they can find you to hanging about. Twitter, all that good stuff. Because, you know, we like to get the retweets in. The more people that follow you, it helps us as content creators as well.
Yep. Like Channy just mentioned, you can find me on Twitter. Also, I make appearances on the weekly wrap-up show, usually every week here. And also, you can find me on Ring IQ on the lives there.
That is correcto. Ya tú sabes. AJ Spay. AJ all day. Okay, I would like to thank Boxing Beats and Rhymes. Always a pleasure and an honor once you come on. Always a pleasure and an honor once you come through like the motherfucking Woo Beats. Thank you so much, my party. Yeah, Zimmerdaddy. Yes. I want to thank what up, LadyChann, King of King Boxing, for coming through like my. I want to thank AJ all day. That's correct. And we want to thank YouTube hubby Mark Niggity Nash in the booth. Yeah, look out. We do some more stuff with Mark Niggity Nash. He brings a energy, vibrance, animation. Love it. So shouts out to. Thank you for coming through. We've had a great day, haven't we? We've had a good time. Thank you for you lot all for coming through like the Mai and Woo as well. But let me give you the memberships only roll call. Andrew H in the Buddhism. Modern King Boxing in the Buddhism. Don Juan in the Buddhism. Ben Adams in the Buddhism. Stephen T in the Buddhism. ERF Mark. Slim Boxing Commentary. Mark Niggity Nash in the Buddhism. Dub right side R to the left. D-Style, Devil Beats in the Buddhism, Jimmy McClenley in the Buddhism, Ringside Reporter Live, Queen Lisa Bales, AJ all day, Charlo in the Buddhism, King TJ, R.I.P. in the Buddhism, El Primero, ya tú sabes, su nombre es Lord Primero in the Buddhism. Dr. P. No. Sorry, wrong one. In the bootism. My Welsh homie. Ricardo, mi hermano. In the bootism. King of King Boxing, what up, LadyChann? In the bootism. Pitbull, in the bootism. Boxing God, Zara. Sports Heaven, what up, King? In the bootism. Don Wani, Ahmed, Hector Garcia, mi esposo número no. In the bootism. Zonda, in the bootism. Donald Banks, in the bootism. And Con Shonery, in the bill. Thank you guys for joining me, man. And you know we're here to talk about the truth and nothing but the truth. So, oh yeah, this is the weekly wrap-up Shiggity goddamn show. Some of you liked it, some of you hated it. But really, that was
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Shouts out to AJ.
Let's go, baby! Let's go!
Oh yeah, and I know it's dragged a bit, but we will be doing the conclusion. We've had scheduling issues between the three of us. Myself, Sporting Icons, and AJ will be presenting on Wednesday the Who's Got the Better Resume, the conclusion out of Bivol and Berterviev. If you died, you die. Yeah. So we will be presenting that. We did 2-part show already. Now, you know, we've compiled the data, you know, and we're here to find that's what we do, data.
Computer. Establish a security code for access to all functions previously transferred to bridge.
Enter code.
173467321 Charlie 32789777 643 Tango 732 Victor 73117888 732 476789764376 lock.
Security code intact for all specified inquiries and orders.
Yep, we're here throughout the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Colonel Jessup, did you order the code red? You don't have to answer that question. I'll answer the question. You want answers? I think I'm entitled to. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
You cannot handle the truth.
See, facts matter. See, if we're going to have a conversation, we have to agree that there's some things that are just true. Facts and data matter.
RIP Kevin Samuels. Kaboom. Yeah, stats and data matter. Stats, facts, and data. That's right. Yep. Knowledge is key. So if it go on, you know?
So if it go on, not what I see nothing because nothing not a one. Lock off your eyes, cock. Me make you cock.
Cause them no like we no like them. Move on, go ahead.
So if it
them not like me, so me not like them. Man, I figure set this straight and clarify. Put fire upon a pagan, aim for the cranium. Turn off the news, there's a bag of lies. Worst raised man, wanna inform up, fun Babylon and every one of them dirty guys. And if they wanna go around the order, I guarantee somebody's dropping fly.
I had to fill out the application. There was a job going. It was called the female Svengali. So, you know, I was always that bitch. Always been that bitch. And I guess for the foreseeable future, you're stuck with this bitch. That's right.
It's hype, you suck at life, you don't want a round three. Worship the queen and your mic to pass. Keep it real, these chicks couldn't wipe my anyway, now let's go get Bulgari. I am the ultimate Bengali. These chicks can't even spell that. You hoes bugging, repel that.
So thank you for joining in the weekly wrap-up Shiggity show. Anyway, I'm gone. Hey, you girl, it's LadyChann rep nonetheless. I will see you on Wednesday. Come back to CHANN. I'm gone. Gone. Oh, God. Coughing. I had to cough within the ra. Ra. Gave you an extra long one there. Batted out the cough. Guys, you've been amazing. Thank you very much for joining little old me. LadyChann has left the building. I'll wave like the Queen. God! LadyChann!